All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're having a wonderful morning. We have already gone over all of the news, and it's a lot like the other day. You know, we had that little freak out with the ISM, then overnight you didn't really get any updates, and then sure enough, we're right back up. So I was just telling everybody, and it's a lot like the I was just telling everybody, get ready. You might just have action in the first hour like we've seen the last 3 days. If that's it, you might kind of chill out from there. Other than that, though, Apple did come out with news about a updated $100 million investment. Hassett was talking about them in the morning. That's why they're going up. You did have earnings from Disney to NVO and Uber and Shopify, ANET, and all of that. So you'll get some action, but other than that, the real big thing today, look at the title, rate cuts, question mark, because of the Fed. You're going to hear these Fed members, and the latest trend this week, even though we're not really getting much, is that some of the Fed members are caving or they are switching their view. Even some people you would not expect, like Mary Dolly. So we're going to see, but we got 2 minutes. I actually have some plays for you. So let's see how we could get this going. Where is it? All right, all I got is Apple, Uber, RNG, Disney, UNH, and then I'm still going to keep an eye on MP and the metals. I think there was one more, but which one was it? Oh, ANET. Yeah, that's the one that we got, but we'll see. Those plays should go up, but then again, let's see. It didn't hit 2 standard deviations. It hit like 1.5. So we will find out, but we got 2 minutes. Like I said, you still got time. If you put it on 2 times speed, you can finish the watch list in less than 10 minutes. And literally there's some plays, and then we did talk about the Fed stuff. There's Fed speakers all day today and all day tomorrow. Tim Cook to appear at Trump Apple announcement. So yeah, no, that's still in play. They said $100 million earlier, but yeah, there's a Tim Cook with Donald Trump apparently scheduled now. I don't know if it's today or going to be later this week. Yeah, but that's coming out right now. Hi! All right, baby. So you got a minute and a half. Y'all have a blessed day, baby. Use your mind. Be happy. If not, go to bed. Okay? And don't get chopped up for no reason. Call out any info. Don't post your plays. Just read the rules. And then if you do cover the watch list without covering the watch list, you're going to get banned. But I love you, and God bless America. Thank you to the veterans as well. And let's have a good one, man. I should go pee. Now that I think about it, y'all got me too hyped. I didn't get my bathroom break in. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Where's the propaganda?
Higher tariffs.
All right, I can run it real quick. Please hold.
Month or so. The way that investigation is written is that it could lead to tariffs on anything that even includes a semiconductor, such as an iPhone. So that's on the table here too. Are they going to get a carve out from that, or will they be hit with that investigation in addition to the India tariffs, the China tariffs? There's so many issues on the table. You've got to think that they hope that this wins them some better treatment.
We'll watch for that this afternoon, Megan. Thank you, Megan Casella. It's a reminder, too, that relations with India have not been easier lately, given the dispute over Russian oil. We learned this morning Modi's going to China at the end of this month.
Great,
if I were Tim Cook, I would say, you know what, those phones I was making in India, they're not coming in.
Get
I'd say,
excited.
so go back and take the China ones, and we will cut the China tariff.
All right, boys, 5 seconds. Get ready, and let's have a good one. Again, you still got some more earnings, but we are wrapping it up. Round 1, fight. All right, let's see where Apple and all those end up. Again, everything from ANET to Shopify. You got some post earnings still. Let's see. Did the ANETs? They didn't go up. Oh, fucking options. Oh, the chain's not open yet. Okay, I'm like, these little scammers. Are you kidding me? Apple's still going up. Again, Unity was down, and then they just killed it. So, I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, bonds are down, but remember, there's been a big decoupling this week. And you've even seen it with the, what's it called? You've even seen it on the yen. Rivian, remember, you are on AMD post-earnings. They're down 6. There's Shopify, 52-week high. My SPY is not off. No, it's open. Again, we're at 0.1 right now. Russell is down. Remember, Russell found a way to actually stay green yesterday, which I think is very, very fascinating. ADM on the high again. SMCI right off the jump. Holy shit. Okay. Oh, damn, they're still down 16. But yeah, that one's going. MP at 70 is insane. Watch if that starts going like 75. Because once it starts getting near the hundreds, I mean, that's just going to trigger its own thing. A-Lab, that was earning. Figs hit below 77, trying to come back up. Palant on the high as well. TTD, everything's about a quarter right now. So let's see where equal weight is at. Equal weight's green too. All right, Meta, Zeta, MP now on the low. Or? Well, that flipped. If you ain't, then you lying. Yeah, NVO. So if the earnings brings it below, this is gonna be your draft class. We did talk about it yesterday, so I hope you're ready. I won't ban you for that, but you got some MVO comments on the watch list. Alrighty. ANET hasn't opened yet, so that's it. I don't know, but don't get mad. Just be ready for bullshit. We hit it good, but I mean, you know this game. A-Lab going up. Astera. Okay, there's ANET still running without the chain even open. So now we might get near the money. It's gonna hit. I hope so, but then again, I've seen too much in my life. Beyond an open speculation of beyond an open partnership. Am I like beyond? Okay, that's like over. I'm like, how you gonna partner fucking houses and fake me? I'm not. But yeah, that's the different beyond. Okay. AMD's coming back up 4.8. And then NVIDIA. NVIDIA's looking good. It's only down 0.7. I can't believe it's still down. There's Snow. A couple of other software ones as well, too. And then Nike, actually. We see Lulu. All right, man. You're doing pretty good. Oh, where's UNH, too, man? What happened to that? I'm surprised that's still staying pinned. And you got your little rumors and all of it. Yeah, dude, any of the mineral, like, material plays have just done very, very well. So, again, even if you took any of them yesterday, you're able to make some of them free right now. The MPs are launching, too. They lagged for a little bit, but they woke up. Free Reddits are still, they're down now. We still have the free ones, but not moving as hot. Trump admin OpenAI to deploy AI across federal government. J&J, all right, SPY still working its way up. It's at 0.3 now. Dow is coming down. Dow's the weird one right now. Equal weight and Dow are dropping. Yeah, look at that. Equal weight, Dow, and Russell are going down, but then SPY is going up alongside NASDAQ. So, yeah, something in this little box. You got tech going up, and then the non-tech isn't. They're lagging a little bit. Staples are green, but they're coming down now. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, and then you have the other stuff moving. Oscar, didn't Oscar have earnings today? SMR, Google starting to launch Dow. So you're getting Dow, Staples coming down right now, and then some of the other ones are going crazy. Yeah, MP's going nuts. Again, all the plays should be up if you took them at various levels. So, but yeah, that's still rocking. And then anything related to metals and rare earths, go back to the watch list. Like I told you guys, be smart about it. I don't want you to have good info and let it hurt you. But if you were just aware at the right time, we had a fucking 5-day jump on all the rare earth shit. So anything you took hit. Let's be real about it. From USAR down to UUU, NB, MP, you name it. So, but that was, the point was, don't go crazy and let it fuck you up. But we had a little jump on that one. So those are still going. I mean, it's still one of the major themes here this year and even as of late. Yeah, Shopify's killing it, man. 20% and 52-week high. Wait till UNH. Don't forget that little rumor. People didn't say much. There's more people like me who were doubting it, but other than that, it's still there. On Geo, Gambi. Why does that sound familiar? I don't know anything about grocery outlet. Gambling Group? No, I don't know what they own. So, I like DraftKings. Again, I mean, as much as I think gambling is destroying society, it'd be good to have in your portfolio. Welcome to the contradiction. I also own MO. A-net hit, but they only went up 300%. Little scammers. Oh, that's whack. Well, he still made money, but the new lion. Alright, I sold the A-nets and I kept a couple to help you guys out. Let's see if I sell it and it runs. Because that place should go, bro. I took the 300 to make it free because we took both sides. So I paid for all of it, got all my money back, and now I got a couple free ones. That place should be up 1,000%, bro. But I feel like we had that happen on A-net. Alright. So yeah, we'll see where those A-nets take us, but we got a little bit. Dismal. Yeah, I don't know why Disney got punished like that. But then again, they... just like, it kind of reminds me of Whirlpool. They started recovering a little bit too soon. So maybe that could be it. NVO's earnings, they weren't bad, but it's everything leading into it. Remember, they guided down prior. So any of the companies that like release in advance, you know, usually that pre-release is kind of, that just covers everything. Where is it? UNH, little pop. Good morning. There it is. Again, I'm surprised it's still quiet, but other than that, and look at the time, you got 20 more minutes, but we haven't really moved that much, bro. So I don't know if it's gonna be the first hour thing, but I guess we got an hour and 20. Wait till like 10:30. That's when it would usually stop. Yes, CNC. That was the one we talked about it yesterday too. Tesla's going. Ooh, Microsoft on the low. MP still holding two, and those premiums look nice, but it needs to like break. Again, the A-nets came down a little bit, but they're still up. The new lion. AMD. Yeah, I liked AMD earnings, but what was it though? I think not the margin. There's one part about it. We talked about it yesterday. But then the fact of how they're up 80 on the quarter, I think that slowed them down a little bit. Is that Bank of America on the high? It is. Yeah, what's up with this? You got Bank of America, Wells Fargo kind of doing it, but yeah, banks are up. And then SPY right at the open. Figma's chilling. Yeah, banks are, that's another set. That's a third bank on the high right now. So I don't have any news or anything, but just notice if they keep going. Next, Bitcoin. IBIT. Interesting. VST. Oil. I'm seeing a lot more oil names starting to move. That's weird. They're going down while oil's up, too. On Spotify, yeah, Bro, Unity is so weird. Bro, this thing was like down like 5 or 10%, goes up 10%, and now it's back to where it started. So yeah, good luck on that one if you are playing it. Argentina YPF bought Australia share of 2 unconventional blocks. Huh? I think that's related to energy. SLB again, Unity on the low. It's an interesting day. The Dow's still holding, but like Mag 7 effect is kind of like 50-50. We'll find out a little bit more once we get the checkup, but then like you're not getting the this first hour is still kind of calm. There's Apple. Remember, we are expecting an Apple announcement today alongside Donald Trump, so be on the lookout for that. Another energy, BP. So BP, SLB, and a couple of others, Halliburton, all these energy, XOM, all of them are hitting the high right now. Alongside banks, 5 minutes ago, it was just tech, and then we saw Staples sell off, but you kind of have the Staples trying to catch a bid here. And then UNH came down. Ain't that? Healthcare's on the low. Verb, more Apple, that's good, but then I see more on the low ticker as well. Actually, Microsoft's green. Damn. Very fascinating, brethren. Yeah, Reddit, we just got the decay is hitting. I'm glad we made it free, but they just won't move. The stock keeps advancing, but we're not. It's keeping you down 30. So if you had time, those would have made you a lot more. It hit day 1, but that was it. There's Figs. So again, I told you what to look for if you even want an option or not, but let's see if it's there. It's not. The September ones are still up. Hims, Uber. So again, that's an earnings as well. And Tesla, bro, keeps killing it. He said it was at 4:30. Oh, so it's after the bell. Interesting. Baba, I haven't, you know what? I feel like we haven't heard about China in a minute. I saw Baidu dropping yesterday. I think Reddit was good earnings. It just, you got options screwed over on the continuation. Again, we hit it good. That's it. And it kept moving, but if we took I took the short week instead of the long one. That was why it was cheaper, but then again, you get another $10, you ain't making shit. AMTM. Tesla again. Tesla and Apple, those are your real winners. And then Uber's on the low. And Google a little bit. MT? Oh, that's the other one. And then MP's still holding. I'm waiting for the random drop. Those oil and energy names keep going up. Yeah, UU. Again, you should have already had some good plays. Make sure they're protected. Yeah, they're all still holding. Okay, UNH dumping, and then XLV. I don't know what the drag is on that, and then 15 more minutes till the top of the hour, Chad. Isn't that crazy? So yeah, it's still it's very early, man. We've only been here for about 15 minutes on the bell. I know. Oh, Philip Morris and MO. See if we could get a staple move. Yeah, wait a minute. He's doing it just like yesterday, guys. So now we're getting staples back up. Let's see if it lasts. Just like yesterday, it was more aggressive because of the data, and you were reacting to that, but just see what it does here. It's very gentle, and we were watching it back and forth. Edwards Life Sciences, EW, check MDT2, 0.5%. If that could go 2 or 3%, that could be big. That's the only medical one I see up. Who else am I thinking? MDT, EW, there's another one. But yeah, that's the only medical one I see popping right now. Tesla, 315. Holy shit. Yeah, Tesla, bro, ever since the morning, but that's just doing one of those things. It's only up 2. Feels like it's up more. Yeah, Shop is killing it. Crazy, bro. BITU, Tesla again. Yeah, Bitcoin's not bad. Apple now as well. Oil's still staying pinned. Oil in the bonds. So notice you have more. The broader factors are just doing nothing. Even though the dollar's down 0.3, I think that's pretty big. Palantir's starting to go. SPY back to the high, but now you have everything, bro. You have everything alongside of it. You got state except for healthcare pretty much. So now you got a little bit of Mag 7. Dow is going green. Last time the Dow was red at the other high, but then Russell small caps are lagging after yesterday. Tenure, it'll be a little bit more important. As long as it's not a tips auction, it will be. And then depending on what the Fed people say. But like I said yesterday, I think data is going to be a lot more sensitive after the reaction that we had. SPG, so REIT. And SPY just hit the high, came down. There's, oh, dude, McDonald's. I forgot. That's a post earnings. Am, Dizzle, A-Lab. So some of the earnings like A-Lab and Shopify, dude, these are running all day. So that one is impressive. Oh, ENR and then ERJ. They're killing it. And where's Bobo? Okay, SPY hit the high again, came down. Just watch for the little rotations. We want to see where that ends up. But then again, this is pretty slow for the first hour compared to the last couple days. Like I said, bro, I hope I'm wrong about it, but we'll see. You got like 30 more minutes, 40 more minutes of potential moves. But the first 30 have kind of been a dud so far. And then, yeah, some of these earnings winners are going. There's FIG again. That candle's getting a little bigger. Amazing. cold? Well, I haven't looked at nat gas in a minute. But watch oil, I still like that idea a lot. And then Trump did say by the end of the week, Figma is still going. Duke Energy, they had something, then Dominion was the CNBC pump. Homa. Hims on the low. Dude, all of the healthcare is kind of getting worked right now. Yeah. Healthcare's down 1%. What was it? I know we had like Oscar and a few others, but damn, bro. Investing 100, that was in the morning, so I don't know. I don't think that's the full headline, but it could be. So this morning Kevin Hassett came on, one of the trade advisors, and he said Apple is going to announce a deal. And then we heard several minutes later that $100 billion, and then an hour later we heard that Tim Cook and Trump are going to be doing an announcement. So you're in the neighborhood. We just don't really know what it is though. But yeah, that's some of the details. Ha ha! And that, my friend, is a very important detail. Spradley Frizzle in the page. Ha ha! Hard on. Ha ha! Chadadonia. God bless you. Bradley Frizzle. Peach Nation. They don't, bro. Do you realize? Y'all don't get it. I don't think you get it. Do you realize, like, consistency is spiritual? I know y'all don't want to hear. I don't want to get. Don't get me started, bro. I'ma just say God bless you, Bradley Frizzle. Oh, it's deeper than rap, dog. They don't get it. Yeah, no, it's spiritual, dog. At this point, y'all don't even. Man, God bless you. Let's remain consistent, all of you. Oh my goodness. My God bless you, Bradley. Amen. Amen. I knew I just put a bow in and I felt, oh my goodness. One day they'll learn. They'll know what I'm talking about. They gonna once you understand what I just said, one day you're gonna be like, it is spiritual. Holy crap. Nvidia, Amazon, all right. I'm gonna get you a checkup in 5 minutes here, but now it's breaking out, and now you got the Dow playing along, but like every couple of minutes, bro, is like selling one off and then taking a couple with it, which is good. Again, you're kind of broadening out here a little bit today. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to pay attention to any of the rotations. But yeah, even staples are starting to break out. Bowen and Bradley is chilling, but maybe we will hear something. I think August 13th, maybe next week. This might be a chill one for Bowen. And then IFF, that's earnings. Trump to impose additional 25% tariff on goods from India. All right, remember, I have those cheap ones already. But yeah, Trump 25% on India. Those plays went up, actually. No, well, that's because it's a fucking stick. Yeah, India, 25, see if oil moves, and then wait for it. It may not be the biggest reaction. It'll just affect India. And then oil is launching on it, so get ready. I don't think that'll be the first move, though. Like I'm saying, it's going to be counterintuitive. On continued Russian oil purchases, yep. So again, this is on the watch list if you are prepared. 10 minutes a day. India tariff due to purchase of Russian oil, White House again. Yeah, and then think about Trump with Apple now today. Maybe that makes a little more sense. Like I said, bro, we talked about this yesterday just as a political move. And like, if you haven't noticed what's going on with Russia and Ukraine, it's been escalating, but like on Trump's side. Trump wants an answer by the end of this weekend. So we'll see. You could say 17 minutes, yeah. But then your chat facts, that's your only contribution to this whole morning. Do better, brother. Thank you. You could say more or say less. Encourage, don't discourage. These people, bro. Let your badge be reflective of everything, you know? Rise to it, brother. Rise. I think Apple is just to add pressure to India. That's it, because again, Apple and China, remember, they were using India to get around it, but if we're going to ramp up pressure on India, you can't manufacture there. Remember, they're the ones out of the countries that got a little bit, just in the last week, they didn't really get a resolution to the whole tariff, Trump, America thing. Boom. Stream been laggy. Yeah. Yesterday was bad, but summertime. Again, I don't think you're going to miss too much, but we still got 30 more minutes. And then after that 30 minutes, I'll chill out a little bit. India-Philippine trade can increase many times, says Marcos. Or is that Marco Rubio? I think it's on India because we're probably working a separate deal with China. Yeah, oil's already up too. Ironically, though, the put premiums are kind of holding. Yeah, the put premiums aren't dropping, dude. So again, I think yesterday's watch list was on point, but oil, Russia, India is going to be important. Because look, oil's up 2%. Those premiums won't even, they're down 5%. It's just the spread. Kind of crazy. All right, SPY starting to move on it. Again, you already had IND. Reddit's fucking killing it, dog. I need to fucking do something. The free ones are, I'm dumping them, bro. I love the Reddit play. I really do, but these fucking contracts are terrible. I need time. Oh, shit. I almost sold 104 of them. CRDO, Netflix. Again, oil's dancing around. Watch what India does, and now look at bonds too. And then eyes if we get any sort of, again, rotation or anything of that nature. All right, I dumped the rest of the Reddits. I even got a gain on the contract, but they were all free. I like it. I just don't want to be in that position again. I'll get another one if it comes down, but who cares? Money. A&F, Abercrombie again. There's India. NDA. I'll hold that for a second. Again, the INDA ones suck, but they did move up. If it is like below 10 cents, they can kind of work. It's very odd. Trump orders penalizes India for, again, another one. There's just another thing. So next time we hear Trump today, he's going to talk about it. Let's see. I haven't looked at nuclear yet. Oil's coming down now. So I'm saying, bro, it's very counterintuitive. It's going to be weird. I like it, but I don't know what's going to happen. All right, MO and more values, but then the SPY's looking great. Let me get you guys the checkup now. Let's see what we're really working with underneath the surface. All right, Dow Jones, you got 16 green, 14 in the red. NASDAQ, you got 53 green, 47 in the red. And then SPY, 240 green, 260 is 50-50, dog. So yeah, it's unfortunately, there isn't really any direction. And then you got a weird Mag 7 lag lead involved in it too. Fed speakers are going to be throughout. Some will be after the bell. But you got like 3 of them today, and then I think another 2 or 3 tomorrow. And then again, now we have Trump, India, Apple. Those are going to be swirling around as well. So just look out for that. And then you still got a couple of earnings after the bell. Oil bonds are coming up. We need a little bit more though. So again, there's a big difference in bonds this week, even with the SPY. And look at the yen too. So in a weird way, they're lagging. But now oil is coming down, still has a green, but SPY is going up. And like I'm saying, it's 50-50. It's a weird mix today. Today's the difference. Just when we think it'll do the first hour, it doesn't. But then again, if this makes another move in the next 20 minutes, that might be done. But like I'm saying, today's half and half, but half of the Mag 7's up, half is down. Half industries that were up are down now, and then it's just inversing what you dealt with the last couple of days. So it's not as clear cut. And now we got that gold moving. There's a lot of things, high ticker, but then also the low ticker at the same time. Yeah, there's MO. Yeah, Walmart. Look, XLP, Pepsi, all the rotation shit we talked about. It's working. Actually, Coca-Cola, and Pepsi are chilling, but the staples, PG, they're doing a little bit better. It's a half rotation. It's not real. Okay, SPY's up 0.5% now, or 0.4. You're climbing up here. NASDAQ is up 0.6 now. Even Bitcoin's going. Equal weight is not really moving. So this is a little bit more Mag 7 here. Let's see. And then oil's still dumping. Again, that India stuff. You are going to be dealing with it. ANET plays are climbing still. They're back up. MP as well, still there. Linda. That one's so weird. LNC? No, I have not. TSM now. And then XYZ. You got a couple of others waking up. It was good. Now, again, in the next 20 minutes, this is kind of your window. So if it could really launch or not, this might be it. But today, it's already feeling different. So we might not be held to the standard of the last couple of days. Broadcom, NVIDIA. Again, more oil moves, and then everything's still staying down there. Yeah, so, okay, oil's back to the morning now. If foreign retaliation occurs, President Trump may amend order to ensure effectiveness. Dude, I'm telling you, go watch yesterday's watch list. How many times have we said this year? Just go. But yeah, like, I don't know, man. This Trump, I got the vibe after he said it. But if you have been paying attention, like, Trump is just getting pissed at Russia now. I don't know if you guys have noticed. Trump is getting really bothered by the fact Putin isn't. Like, Putin's just not playing ball, and I think at this point Trump is just losing patience. So, and then it's a win-win pretty much, because you could fuck up oil, bring the price down, hurt some producers, but that's gonna help out Scott Bessent and the economy if it's cheap, and then you could actually choke out Russia. But then that's like a real escalation. Again, a lot of the shit we've been doing with Russia, Mickey Mouse, you know? But if you're willing to drop oil, race to the bottom, and again, this was all on yesterday's watch list, so I don't know when it's going to happen. I just think even today we're getting developments, so I could still be wrong in a way, but I do think understanding this will get you prepared. And even if it doesn't materialize or not, you're going to watch India, Russia, China. We're either going to have escalation or not at this point. So that's kind of how I'm narrowing it down. Okay, SPY's still going. Yeah, addressing threats of the U.S. by governments of Russia. So that's what I'm saying. They're talking India, but they keep saying Russia. Time to ball poem. All right, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Follow me on Instagram at the Trading Fraternity.
Be right and innovation and marketing news as well as value. The ones that have been doing the best on that are Yum Brands. McDonald's is going to be improving. QSR just needs to just show that it can survive with McDonald's and coexist with them. So far, they're doing quite well, even in July. So we like QSR, McDonald's. In terms of Chipotle and a name like that, you're probably going to look to 26 for the best performance there, because their comparisons start to really ease and they have a lot of tools that they're going to be deploying by then. But you're probably going to have to be more patient with the fast casual zone for re-acceleration.
Right. I should have been more plain. I was asking about the category QSR, not the ticker, but I run into that every now and then. Finally, do you anticipate any relief on at least beef prices in the next 12 months?
Right now you're seeing a remarkable amount of inflation, and it's bifurcated among steak versus hamburger. Hamburger is some of the worst, and McDonald's talked about they have 70% of their company stores in Europe, and their inflation for beef in Europe was a remarkable 20%. That reflects some of the global trade conditions as well. The hamburger is more traded overseas, but some of the high-end cuts, for example, in steak are not that bad. So the first thing we're going to find is that some of the steak players in casual dining are not going to be quite as hard as what we're seeing in hamburger land. But as far as the beef cycle, it's going to take 1 or 2 years for beef prices to be in relief. It's going to take a bit.
Right. Yeah. That goes deep into the the cattle industry and what they're going to do with heifers and all that. David, appreciate it. McDonald's definitely helping out the Dow today. That's David Palmer joining us on MCB. Get a roadmap for the rest of the hour. After the break, former Goldman Sachs Asset Management Chair Jim O'Neill's with us. We'll talk about these fast-changing tariff headlines and the impact on the market, the dollar, and more.
Plus, Disney scores a deal with the NFL. We'll have details on that new agreement to boost ESPN's new coming sports package.
And we'll talk to the interim CEO of Lucid as the EV maker moves in reverse this morning on weak earnings. A big show ahead. Squawk on the Street is back after this break.
All right. God bless America. You just call him a heifer? What? Why do I say follow me on Instagram? Because you know people on the internet like promote themselves, right? I don't know if you've watched stock television or like other YouTubes, but you know they're selling you something every 5 minutes. Have you not noticed that? So I don't do that, but it'd be cool if you followed me. Maybe I should. Maybe I'm gonna try it. You guys should buy Stream Alerts. You can't buy it, but I'm gonna tell you to buy it. How about buy a membership too? That's what I'll start doing now. Every 5 minutes, I'll remind you to buy a membership. So buy a membership. Okay? Did you buy one yet? You should buy one. Buy one right now. Act now. Limited time offer. Thank you. Find out why you should buy a membership and buy stocks at all-time highs. All the time. Don't even think. Don't even think. Buy the membership. Thank you. Amen. Yes, maybe it's a secret conspiracy. Someone made a Facebook profile of you? Whack. My guy, people have made their whole entire personalities copying me. What are you talking about? So yeah, bro, don't even trip, bro. God is good. God is good, bro. God is good. Oh, see, there you go. That's memberships right there. Wow. Damn it, guys, don't do this. I forgot. I haven't done this in like 2 months. I forgot. The memberships thing works. Every time I ask, I'll buy a membership. It's amazing. I love you. That's what I'm saying. God is good, bro. God is good. Yeah, Stream Alerts and memberships are two very different things.
Some breaking news on trade this morning, just crossing the wires. The White House says an additional 25% tariff will now be imposed on India. That brings the total tariff to 50%.
So you see that? You're getting that news now on television
on behalf of
after they sold you for 20 minutes and then played a commercial break with a bunch of advertisements to buy, and then they told you the relevant information.
Has become a little more fraught.
So there you go.
India is in a position.
But yeah, you already knew that last night. Oh, Dev, Skirm, EB. You kidding me? Wow. God bless y'all. That's good. I appreciate it. You know, it works. It works very good, bro. It works very, very good. I love the memberships. I'm grateful you guys are going to give them an opportunity to interact, you know. But I know damn well I'm about to ban like 5 people today. You know that? Because they be getting these memberships and then they just start talking crazy. I don't know why. It's like it's a lot of pent up anger and they don't, you know, so it's like, but I'm not going to lie, bro. Somebody emailed me and they said, thank you for banning them. I was actually surprised, you know, and they were like, yo, I was just listening now. And they said, thank you. They said they learned a lot already. So I was like, bro, that's nice. I'm glad. I'm grateful. So yeah, bro, I still love y'all. I pray for you, and I'll let you guys back in. I'm like I said, I'm not really tripping, you know, for real. We just gotta focus, and you see what we're up against, man. The world is crazy, the culture, and we want to do good. And it's not, we got to make sure we have a high standard. So at the end of the day, bro, I'm very grateful as well. And I'm glad. I'd rather have friction in the beginning and a fruitful relationship and a lot of good quality investors in the long run. You know what I'm saying? So that's all it is, man. Read the rules, stay locked in, and you'll see, man. There's a reason. There's a reason we have half of the people one way, and we're very, very focused on our mission. It's because it's like that. It's your birthday, Brady! Oh! You kidding? Ow, bro, my pinky. Oh, Brady, I think I broke my pinky because of your birthday. Happy birthday, dog. My man. I've known Brady for so long. I'm very proud of you, bro. For real, you've always stuck with it, man. So the bigger and better, man. In another year, I'm very, very impressed. I think you would be a good example of the harvest is plenty. The workers are few. So let's go, baby. Happy birthday. And I need a fucking, what is it? Is it the thing you put on your pinky? I need a stick. It's like, it's messed up, bro. It's messed up. I know, baby. Amen. The stint. That's what it is. I need that. The non-opioid painkillers. I really want to invest in that. I want more as Vertex. And they had the bad trial yesterday. But if that thing, we'll give it a couple more years. That could be the next Ozempic. For real. That's why, it could be good. But it got front ran too much and it's still in development. So it's not really there yet. But it's a trip, bro. Arista price target raised to 150. Nice. Ain't that still up? The premiums are still holding. I think a shunt is for your heart, right? Or is it a stunt? Shunt? Stent? Ozempic makes you age slower. So you guys know I'm still never trying it, right? My worst idea in the last 5 years, I was like, dude, I want to take steroids and Ozempic at the same time. And I want to see what happens. You know what I'm saying? I want to take mad steroids, bro. And then that's it, bro. What about the hairline? I don't give a fuck about my hairline. I don't. Dude, it's sad, bro. It really is. Life is sad, okay? You know that? And I see because you guys are going to get me started on the bot fucker comment again. And I don't want to do this early, okay? That's it. You guys just need to go make money. That's it. Just go. If you're really going to be that self-conscious to the point that you turn into a female getting cosmetic surgery, just go get an occupation, bro. Go make a lot of money. You'll get whatever you want, dude. That's it. But guess what's better than all of that? Jesus Christ, okay? And then you won't be empty inside, and you won't have any void to fill because the Lord has fulfilled it all. So, but other than that, that's all it is, man. That's all. So, but I mean, MTZ. we got 90 minutes in before bot fuckers came up. That is true. That is true. Okay, oil coming down again. SPY did that, and it's still the same setup there. Half Mag 7, half leading, half not. Half the Dow, half the Russell. Half of everything up, half of everything down. And then the NASDAQ still the leader. Bonds haven't gone up higher than there. Gold. Nice. Oh, it's still red, but yeah, commodities now. It's another set. See if that lifts up oil or not, and then they're getting right back to open. Dude, it's almost been an hour and we did nothing. I'm glad I kept talking shit in the morning, because it didn't happen. Like I said, bro, I hope I'm wrong, but now we just might get 7 hours and nothing. But literally, bro, you're at 1 hour in, nothing has happened. Usually the last 3 days, or today's day number 3, we were fucking ripping or dumping in the first hour. Yeah, remember McDonald's, we talked about those earnings there, man. That was today. So let's see, but for the most part, 8 minutes till the first full hour, SMCI dumping, but it's a little different and it's still quiet. We heard the Apple stuff, we heard India, and we're waiting for Trump and all of that, but you're not really getting much today. Yeah, they might flip it to the final hour. We saw that too, though. These days have been kind of packed with that. Play games instead? I can't, no. We're not playing it. I can't give away money anymore, guys. That's it. I got a fucking mortgage to pay. I bought you a compound. Literally. Do you know how tired I am from fuck? Wait till you see this video. I'm gonna post it today. I'll get you guys the video. It's almost done. Damn, Microsoft went red too. Filed for LLC. Yeah, make a S corp. That's the tip. But as long as you talk with your tax professional and got it set up, I prefer a S corporation. Those are usually better. But LLCs are great, and just don't pay the fee. Make sure you're not paying like LegalZoom. You can make a LLC very cheap. So it's not just don't, like, a lot of people will scam you to make the LLC, and they'll, like, LegalZoom back in the day used to charge people like $1,200, give them a booklet and make it feel, but it was like a $70 process. So other than that, make sure you talk with your tax professional. Again, S corporations usually have more benefits in the pass-throughs and all that. So look into that and make sure you have the strategy. And no matter what, you could always transition an LLC to an S corp to an LLC. You got scammed. Yeah, it happens to everybody. That's it. Like, everybody, in the beginning, when you want to make your first company, you get excited, right? And like, just like anything in life, when you first get into your first money-making ventures, like, you guys don't realize that's how people take advantage of you, especially in the stock market. Because what happens? You were like, oh, I want to make money. Oh, I figured out a way to make money. I'm going to do this. So you're hella excited, right? And you're like, boom, 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 boom. I want to do this. I'm going to do that. Oh, yeah, boom, boom. So that's kind of how we got here. You know, and then everyone's like, oh, I'm excited. I want to be a professional. Humana is kind of ripping. Hold on. Remember, Humana started the UNH shit yesterday. So yeah, but that's what they do, is that they offer you this service and you're like, oh, I want to make money. I want to do this. So you go ahead, you're like, yeah, LLC, but then you just overpay. That's how they scam you. They're charging you the price of gold for something you could buy for a quarter. And that's what they would end up doing. They would start going the LLC, and I've seen people charged up to $2,000, bro. It's actually crazy. So other than that, it is, you know, it's pretty wild. You don't have to transition. Yeah, you could tax it as that, but again, and I think if your guy already told you to move into it later, you're in good hands. But down the line, you should. And that's what I'm saying. You have to have somebody managing it who could guide you and look through it. So if your guy's already looking ahead and saying, this is where you're at now, start LLC, move to S Corp, I like that. I think you're in good hands. U.S. weighs options for penalizing Russia beyond India tariffs. Another update. Yeah, the watch, bro. We saw the watch list come to life this morning with the India oil shit. But yeah, it was a good one there. And then we haven't heard from the Fed people yet, but that's kind of the next step in all of this. And again, Humana, like I'm saying, that started yesterday. And then UNH Healthcare are doing pretty bad today, but that one's up. Yeah, AMD was not it. They didn't do that bad. They just, I think, a victim of the front run. They were just up so much. Shine Bar, we will host Canadian Carney in Mexico. Be Walmart again. You guys like that one. And then notice bonds with a stick at the high. Ming Chi tweet on Apple. He can move it. I don't know what it says, and I don't read Chinese, but I'm sure we'll get to the bottom of it. So yeah. How much for a trust? Well, it's not about trust. Again, pay good money, pay the filing fees, whatever. If you have somebody you trust, lawyer-wise, who could do it, that's fine. When it comes to a trust, you want a trust in the right area. That's where people don't know about trust. Not all trusts are created equally. Trusts are amazing. Believe me, they're killer. That's why, bro, as a little Egyptian boy, I'm a trust fund baby now. Not because I grew up with money, but once I figured out money, I started getting a trust. That's how you even could protect yourself from yourself, is a trust. You know that I got money that I can't even touch because everybody knows I'm a crackhead. So I have money in a trust that is not accessible because I have somebody else who executes it. So then that way, just in case, I won't have to sleep on your couch if I go broke. But that's one. You could use it for many things, but even then, protection and taxes, it's one of the best, but you got to do it in the right area. So it's let me put it this way. I don't have a trust in California. I would never. But a trust in other states are probably the best thing you could do. Ask around. Cushing, oil 453,000 versus 690. Oil inventories minus 3 million. Trump urges countries to reject UN plastic treaty that caps plastic production. I don't know. Who makes plastic? Yeah, LegalZoom LegalZoom makes it easy, and like I'm saying, it's for the business, and a lot of newbies go there, but to make a corporation is an easy process. You go to Secretary of State, your Secretary of State, California Secretary of State.gov, fill in the form, pay the fee, and that's it. And then just keep it updated. Obviously, there's more complexities and other things to management and doing it the right way, but a lot of setting up these things legally, it's just all paperwork and with the government, and it's super easy. So, and it's not expensive compared to what you would pay somebody to do it for. Spy a VWAP or right below. You just got oil. Bless America, land that I love. Yes, you can incorporate in another state too. That's what you should do, because California has a high yearly fee. You have to pay $800 a year for any LLC in California. Other places are a lot cheaper. Yes. Yes, you should put them under a corporation. If you start buying rentals and all that, that's what I'm doing. So even the Colt compound, I have more debt on that compound, and it's owned by its own separate corporation, because I know one of you going to try to sue me. So guess what? There's nothing in there. It's only liable for what it is. The value, the assets of it, there's nothing. Yeah, you should. Every property, every Airbnb I have under a corporation. Its own. You could have a corporation that owns it, and you could umbrella it and do a lot of that, but you do want it in its own thing. Saturday? Oh, I could, huh? No, but you should all do this. You should all do this for any of your, especially if you're going to get an Airbnb. Let me put it that way. So, Elliot, when you get banned, it doesn't mean make a new account. Okay? I'm banning you again. All right? Please. Like I said, your problem was you needed to listen. I just had somebody thank me for listening, but that's what I was trying to tell you guys. I'm not trying to like make money off of you. I want to help you. I really do, but trying to force the system isn't how we do it. Right? So if I say ban, listen, I'm going to unban you. I said for you 30 days. I remember everything, dog. Right? That doesn't mean go pay me $5 and try it again. You know? So I mean that out of love. All right? I want you guys just listen. Trust me. I was listening more than I was talking most of my life. I know that's hard to believe because I'm up here talking all the damn day. But it's like for real, bro. Just take it in, go slow. You don't have to rush it. Don't worry. I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at anybody. But you gotta the clarity comes with the lack of noise. Do you understand? So if that has been your problem or you're struggling with that, we need to get it. That's why I'm like, bro, why are y'all tripping on a ban? When it's like, dude, just calm down. Take a step back. Watch how we could prepare, plan, and it comes to life. I want you to see it. You need to observe, plan, and prepare more than you move your mouth. Okay? The same goes for me too, brother. You know what I'm saying? I don't say this as if I'm pointing at you. I'm pointing, right at me as well. That's why I've been so prioritizing this, and I've seen a lot of great results myself. But, the surrender, peace, listen, take it slow, and just go calmly, enjoy, you'll be fine. So like I'm saying, man, some of these bands and some of y'all, I ain't tripping at all. I don't want you to, but I do want you to go. I want you to slow the game down and listen. And if you've been banned, that's not an invitation. I'm not trying to get you to I will unban everybody, but we need fruit, we need progress, we need improvement. So just make sure you're actually, because if I'd rather ban you one time and you figure it out and you make progress than doing this every other quarter, Okay, oil went up off of the numbers. I did see that. Howard Stern, they're not willing to pay him anymore. Okay, SPY back at VWAP, opening candle, CP, oil's coming up. It's so weird. There's like a weird link between oil and even the market. Trump admin urges countries to reject UN plastics. I already read you that one. It's coming out again. Airbnb. No, they'll give you don't really tell them you're going to make it at Airbnb. Amazon, GDX, PG. All right, man. Everything. LMT now. SPY's actually really going. Hi. So it's 6 minutes after the first hour, but let's see. No, you don't have to pay cash to put it under LLC. No, you could, even with a mortgage, you could request, then they'll let you do it. Speaking, isn't Airbnb today or tomorrow? I hope they do bad. I would love to buy some. Actually, even then, man, 129 is not bad. And then, I don't know, bro. I'm kind of happy I sold the long term for the compound. Because, you know, the compound is only going up in value, right? For now, but then, like, there's a lot of names I sold, bro. And they're like 20% lower now. So even then, we would know how we could use this small account to compare it, but... Oh, AMD. But yeah, we got just a couple weeks ago, man. We got a lot more for some of them. Pepsi. All right, let's see. Watch staples. That could be nice. A volatility. I don't think it is. I see what you're saying, but just entertain all of it. You know what I'm saying? You need to be for both. Be ready for a melt up. Be ready for this to be 08. Be ready for it to be the flash crash like last year. But you should also be ready for it to fucking rip faces like it's 2023 or 2022, the most hated rally off of August, right? So people, that's the elephant in the room. That's what I'm saying. Everybody in the days between 3-day drop, everybody is just like, what's it? It's gonna be, but it's the odd part is we need a reason. We need that narrative. You need the jobs. You need something, whether it's bullshit or legit, but that's gonna set it in motion to the up or down. So I agree with you, but just make sure you're not stuck to one side. Don't let that fear or bias rip you from this opportunity right now, because it's going to go either way. It could go up, but the move will be sizable. And if it's not there, that's even better, because then that means whatever we get from now till September 13th, if it's not big and September 13th comes in, bro, that's it. It's going to be fireworks till the end of the year. I look forward to it. So just be ready for both. If you're ready for both, you'll get it. If you use the understanding, exactly. You understand you need the catalyst. Momentum, the move, we'll figure that shit out. Everybody's already guessing. Everyone's front running, right? But we need to know why. We need to see that narrative develop. Yeah, it could be rate cuts, trade, inflation. It could be stagflation, the little signs. It could be dumb too. Who knows? Maybe Trump says it. Maybe it's the India. Maybe it's another war escalation. It could, whether it's bullshit, whether it's legit, you'll watch it like you have many times. The market's gonna start reacting and building a narrative, and then that's it. So we have these data sets. You'll have this little window, and then from there we're either gonna get dumped on like it's 08, or you keep melting, ripping more records as you already have, and then the next block will be after September 13th. Yeah, honestly, it wasn't that bad though. So look, because then think about it. So this is the small long term. We sold out at like what? I think it was like right here. So I would have made a little bit more, but it relatively stayed the same. I think the Trump cooked things after the bell. Cali Woo is a Maxim. Welcome. I love you guys. Thank you for buying a membership. Now would be a good time to tell you guys to buy a membership. Did you guys know everybody advertises every single day, and then they give you information way late, but they want to advertise and take your money prior? So please, let me be one of those people that tell you to buy now and purchase. I was going to tell you I'm going to go to the bathroom and follow me on Instagram, but instead you could buy $5.99, get your membership today. Ask around, read the reviews. Everybody loves their membership. Buy today. Thank you, Callie Wood, recent customer, just signed up. Wow, thank you. That was a weird one. All right, I am going to go to the bathroom though. You could follow me on Instagram, or you could buy a membership. I don't, that's how I feel about it. But I feel God is great, actually. You know that? Amazing. Get your membership. Farmer Jove. Oh, let's go, baby. Yeah, Mr. Fahar loves his membership.
Appoint someone.
He highly recommends it.
To temporarily fill her seat, or could he somehow pick someone that's going to have a longer term to fill her seat?
Right, what happens to the temporary
person?
Is it
temporary the only way?
Wow.
No, you can't do a temporary
Wow, hey, Bo, that's a live customer right now. Do you see that?
And the president has done quite often with the people that he's firing lately.
Welcome, and welcome Maxim too. He knew. Callie already got the badge, but I appreciate you too, big dog.
And get them confirmed, and then the question is, how fast do they get them confirmed?
All right, let me go pee. I'll be right back.
Their term would expire at the end of January, and that's...
So temporary is the only way you fill the seat right now.
Well, he could nominate somebody that he tells the Senate he would like to nominate again. And they could do both nominations at the same time for the remaining 4 months and for the next 14-year term. They would also, if that person were to his choice for chair, they'd have to be confirmed a third time. All of that, in theory, could be handled sort of at the same time.
Right, how likely is it that they do that? Because that is a scenario Besant has said could happen before.
Well, the problem is, according to the people that Anne-Marie and Saleha are talking to, that the president hasn't decided yet on who he wants to be the chair, and so it might make it better for him to have more time to think about it. Now, their story says he is meeting with his aides today to talk about this, so we could get some sort of official announcement on the president's timetable, which is by the end of the week.
Right. I mean, he said on Sunday at Andrews he would do it in the next couple of days, and then last night he said from the White House that he would do it by the end of the week.
Yeah, well, there's a lot riding on this for Wall Street because the idea of who will chair the Fed next is very important. Who takes Kugler's seat on a short-term basis isn't really important. The chair is the rest of the Board of Governors, until Mickey Bowman and Chris Waller decided last time, has voted along with the chair every time since Powell's become the chairman.
More
and so
of them.
it's unlikely that this person would disagree with the chair.
See, they acted now.
And by that I mean there's a very good chance that Powell would vote for a rate cut in September too if the data keep going the way they are.
I just need the dub.
With only 2 dissenters now, even if he didn't, that would make 3. That's a difficult position for the Fed chair, except that he's leaving anyway. So I'm not sure what you
leaving
get.
as chair, not necessarily leaving.
I'm not sure what you get other than you get the full complement of Fed people voting, but it isn't going to
Mexican president rules out bilateral trade with Canada.
That person will get to speak at the Fed meeting, but as somebody who is just coming in.
Okay, thank you, Michael. Michael! Do I know what Trump is going to announce? I do not. We have an idea. It's something with Apple and a new further investment. There may be stuff we don't know about, but yeah, he is. I think he's scheduled after the bell, though. So you still will have time there, brethren. Oh, I still had a bunch of those. All right, I have one more set with a little bit more, but I sold one of the sets of MO, one of the free ones. We waited for a lengthy time. I appreciate, wow, that's amazing. See, remember, take your time, bro. That's all. For real, I do think all of you, if you listen, you will get a benefit. And, you know, if you apply it in the right way, and that's all we'll ever ask, man. And I ask that you can, you know, just get a long term, bro, and let this benefit you, and you'll see why we have so many people who are really excited about it. So I love it, man, and I really do thank you. So let's get it, baby. Yeah, and you guys can. You better watch all the watch lists. They've been telling you. Oh, MP. Damn, MP, bro. It does this every day. Then Tesla. Amazonian Parago. That was the one. That's what I was thinking of. Because again, EW, that was a little fake. Look at that. That EW candle was nothing. But yeah, MP on the low. A lot of things are on the low now, even Microsoft. But then you have like Tesla and Amazon going. Yeah, Ray. Oh my. They acted now. Wow. I might have to do the commercials more, you guys. Look at that. This whole time I was just like, follow me on Instagram, right? I could have been selling you every minute of the day. Look at that. Wow. Well, thank you. And watch the watch list now too. You guys have memberships. Go get prepared. Get your edge. Get a lead on everybody. Prepare. Yalla. Always be closing. ADIA. Did I leave DVR on? Why is he still talking about S-Corps? You're wrong! It's definitely a good vibe. Don't ban you for the questions. I will ban you. Listen, I think you're acting. I don't think you're new, okay? So let's just cut the bullshit. I do appreciate you still. You don't have to lie to get love and appreciation, like I'm saying. So it's very simple. The rules are the rules. If you don't follow them, you will get banned. So you ask me something that was on the watch list 12 hours prior, you're going to get banned. Go watch it. It's very simple. Oh, Cyrus. You know, I love that name. Cyrus. Kohl's is moving up, and then CVS, Tesla, SPY's at the high, but you guys, I was wrong. We did nothing the first hour. Kind of excited by it, but then again, oh, you better enjoy the rest of your time here with the cult, my friend. Armand, and then what's up with bonds right now? Yo, bonds are getting worked. Kind of out of nowhere. The yen was already leading down. Oil's coming back down, but nah, yeah, yen's green. It's been like that, but yeah, bonds just started selling. And then a couple of chip names are on the low. Unilever on the high. What's this? Sea of Staples, again, you have Pepsi and all that. Tesla's the leader. Elevance, that's a healthcare. Yeah, those are working. Apple news has not come out yet, no. The 100 billion thing, but we don't really know if that's all of it, or if there's more, or if there's less. So we have an idea, but you don't have the full details, or the actual announcement hasn't been like formally been made. So Dow, you got 17 in the green now, 13 in the red. That got a little better. And notice the Dow is actually coming up here, half of the SPY. NASDAQ still 50-50, 52 green, 49 or 50, 48 in the red. And then SPY, 268 green, 235 red. You had about 30 names go green. Not bad. The Apple, it's kind of being front ran, but the announcement came out this morning. I tweeted it. So in the morning when Hassett brought it up, it just spiked the stock, and then everyone's just been talking about it, getting ready. And then we had the other India news. So, and then they said 430 and $100 billion, and that's where it remains. We haven't had a development since there. Senator Warren asks FTC to consider blocking Dick's Foot Locker merger. Bro, this lady is just so annoying, bro. I don't even think she understands what a merger is. I don't, like, why? Elizabeth, what are you doing, Elizabeth? Just relax. But yeah, Elizabeth Warren calling for the Foot Locker merger to get smacked. OMC OpenAI partnership. Omnicon. Honestly, it's been a while since we've seen like a partnership. You know, that's like the OG ones. But yeah, it's moving. And Elevance on the high. Shape ups. I remember those. Cisco, you got a couple of like tech names doing very well. It's so 50-50 today though, half and half. Like, what is Elizabeth Ward? Like, what should be her main job though? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like there's topics that are more important to her constituents. You know what I'm saying? Like Massachusetts, like what? Like, how come she's not just like, stay in your lane, girl? And then she flip-flops so much. Remember, she wanted the rate cuts right at the election too. It was writing letters. And then she was trying to get Powell fired. You don't remember that? And then now y'all get mad at Trump for, oh my goodness. But yeah. Let's see. That's crazy, bro. So she did go to law school, but her degree is in speech pathology and audiology. And then 70s, 80s, and 90s, she taught personal finance. Holy shit. How is she so stupid? So she was a teacher for 30 years in finance, apparently. And she didn't remember any of it. But yeah, her career is not... Oh... No, she became a Leo Goddard professor at law at Harvard. So she's taught her whole life, but she's never done business. But she studied finance. I'm shocked for how, yeah, that's crazy. But once again, this is what I said. Go Wikipedia any of these politicians, and you will come to the stark reality that 90% of them, they've never worked like a job. Like, you know what I'm saying? They've never really worked in like business and private. They've all they're all teachers that go straight to government, or they start in government right after college and then they stay there. All right, man. Spy, Staples again. Wally World's going crazy. Yeah, Wally World, if you have the run-ups, they died for a little bit, but now, oh shit, they're up 200%. I didn't notice that. Oh, they're about to go in the money? Dog. I'm sorry. I got to make another one free, Big G. Yeah, 300%, bro. All right, I made the Walmart run-up free. Nice. Turkish Airlines, or still interested in your... in Spain, Air Europa. I haven't been. I don't know what that is. But yeah, bro, I didn't realize Walmart, those plays are just barely up this morning. But yeah, it's launching now. Walmart got really good. That's why XLP looks like that. You have Pepsi and everything else. And then OMC, OpenAI partnership. It's still going. RTX is going up too. You just had LMT. So defense isn't even doing that bad. Gold, and then oil's still low, but on the green on the day. It was like that since the AM. Nasdaq's back up 0.5. Russell's struggling. Remember, that was one of your only green ones. Bitcoin on the high. And then bonds in 10 minutes. You gave, bro, Euro close. That's it. 10 minutes after Euro close, you gave up everything. Ay, ay, ay. ESPR? Esper. Let's see. Oh, I'm tripping. Yeah. I'm an idiot. No, it's not even Euro close. I'm just excited. It's 7:30. 7:50. So we got 30 more minutes. Ah! OMC was the one with OpenAI partnership, yes. Just headline of that. Again, those aren't always moving, you know what I'm saying? In the early days, partnership would be like, rip it, but it's been a while since I've seen one go crazy. Palantir. ESPR had earnings. That was it. They did good. Yeah, they beat earnings by 20 million on revenue. EPS, loss of 2 versus loss of 15. So not bad. Thank you for Aina. You're welcome, baby. Amen. Amen. Chitos XRP. XXRP. I think that's one of those ETFs. Damn, Palantir's going nuts. I mean, they are post-earnings, technically. And then MO, Walmart. These ones are fire, bro. Yeah, the A-nets are back to 400%. So remember, I told you I kept a couple of them, but I sold some. I was like, man, these guys. And we got out of the Reddits. We made the Walmart free. Got a lot of free plays today. Woo! Okay, oil's climbing up a little bit. Amazon too, that's the other one. Remember, Amazon was like on fire. That looks like Walmart. So that's another one. You have some names that are staying in the range, but there's a couple of names just launching. So yeah, we were saying Bitcoin was even climbing here. Yeah, that's doing it now too. Philippine companies, I don't know. I haven't really tracked them. I've tracked like Asia and China, Japan, Malaysia, stuff like that. Philippines is just like an extension of the US, but I've never invested in a Philippines company. PayPal and Lowe's now. I don't know. It sucks because I want to say Staples, but at this point, I think Staples are kind of being overshadowed by Walmart. But then again, you have names up. They're doing good, but you got some clear winners there. But then also half of the Mag 7 is a clear winner. Jollibee has a stock? No. What's the ticker for Jollibee? What? I'd be down with Jollibee. But then again, that's like, it's Filipino, but it's American. It's in America. I'm betting on the American Filipinos, bro. I didn't know they had a stock. Holy shit, they do. It's Filipino. JB, they have an ADR, I think. JBCF? Holy fuck, Jollibee, dog. So I don't know what the fuck is in this. It might be trash, but no fucking way. Let's see. I don't like that ticker though. It's too long. JBFCF. All right, getting a little bit of a red there. IFF, that was earnings too. Yeah, this is fully Filipino though. Like, it's all, dude, even the numbers is reported there. Yeah, I gotta look into the stock more though, because again, it's like an ADR and it's just not. Yeah, a lot of people don't know Jollibee yet. This is funny. I didn't know they had this. Yeah, bro. Yeah, see, fuck y'all though. Like, Jollibee is better than Kava. Dude, are you ready for this? Bro, they have 9,000 stores. I love that. Like I'm telling, remember I always tell you with these restaurants, you want locate. I didn't even believe that. Bro, Jollibee has 9,766 stores. OMC, the OpenAI one's still going. All right, just so, yeah, there you go. There's JBFCY and JBFCF. Yeah, that's why I'm saying it's like, it's weird. Because it's like an ADR. Unsponsored ADR. So I don't even know which one's they got to consolidate this shit. Yeah, this is the ordinary share, and then this is the unsponsored ADR, but it has to come with something, or it's missing something. What? No. Dog, it pays a dividend too. I was like, what? Yeah, I'm like, they pay their dividend. They have a high interest expense. That I don't like. So ever since 2020, Jollibee's getting fucking reamed by interest. They don't have as much debt, which is good, but nah, they just issued a lot of debt at high interest. But yeah, the shares, I'll look into that. I didn't even know they had a stock, bro. That's really cool. But it's just a liquid, and it's Filipino. It's not American. So that's why it's to ADR. Just add that. Remember, if you start buying these foreign companies, just like China, you don't want more than 10% foreign. You got to think about that. Very cool. I don't know. Spaghetti is just part of the diet, bro. You know, you don't like it until you try it, and you're like, oh shit, this is kind of dope. It could be good for them. I'm only worried about like not being American and then the shares and the share structure, because I don't want to buy something that's worthless. You know what I'm saying? Or if you end up not really getting the exposure or equity, what do we just buy? That's the problem. This situation highlights my problem with Robinhood and all of the crypto blockchain selling shit. Because you see how this is confusing. There's multiple shares, it's foreign. You want to make sure you're buying the right thing. Because if you don't, you might end up holding it for 10 years and then you're fucked. Sweet green. I don't know. But also, too, do you guys notice sweet greens? I hope that one comes down. If we could get sweet green at 9, it's back to 12. But, oh, man. That's another restaurant. See, that's American, though, in the growth phase. But I like Jollibee more than sweet greens. BJ's on the high. Yang on the high. China getting a little worked right now. You down. That is just chilling. AMD's still kind of in the gutter. Oh, toast. I like toast too, but everybody uses toast. That one's one of those that like it was up way more than came down. It's like you're just in a weird middle. But I like the company. Everybody I know who owns a restaurant uses them. The best protein stock? Probably Pepsi. Doesn't Pepsi or no, Coca-Cola owns Fairlife. But I think Pepsi or Coke will get you the, you know, prepackaged consumer protein exposure. Tesla. All right, another Tesla rip. SPY near the high. India says they will take actions to protect national interests. I don't know. That sounds escalatory to me, but that could go both ways. Does the Coke or Pepsi owns Fairlife? One of the other. I don't know which one off top, but I'm pretty sure they do. Is Coke? Yeah. So we already own Fairlife. We got our exposure. Airbnb, bro, the rumor is they're gonna launch the loyalty thing, but travel hasn't been bad. I mean, my Airbnbs have been fire still, but even then, even Booking did good too, but they went down for a little bit. So I think it's just gonna be a matter of how Wall Street responds once again, but I hope they do bad, because if that can't get back below 100, I mean, that might just be our pick. See, that's why I'm glad we're waiting. But if we could get a good name we always liked at a good price, that might be better than some of these other ones, or at least to me. AKRO RHP Ryman Hospitality. Oh, and then Waste Management. Walmart. Those plays are going to go in the money. That's crazy. it's all staples, but they're starting to match up with Wally World. Lisa Su on BBG.
We always look at these things and say, when we have a business where all of our businesses are actually performing extremely well, it's a good place to be. So we had a very strong first half of the year. Second quarter up 32% year over year. We're guiding to a third quarter, up 28%. And underneath that, what you see is, first of all, data center business is doing extremely well. Our server CPUs are continuing to gain share in cloud and in enterprise. One of the things that we're seeing with AI is the AI investments from the largest hyperscalers are actually pulling, both GPU and CPU revenue, which is good for us overall. Agentic AI actually requires lots and lots of compute going forward. We're also seeing strength in, PCs as well as gaming. Our products are extremely well positioned, whether you're talking about, consumer or commercial. And then we're also seeing, some improvement in the embedded side of our business, as that is also, going to, I would say, return to growth in the second half of the year. So we've seen a lot of positive signals over the last 90 days in terms of what the market needs from computing and sort of the investment things. There are some questions about China, of course, which we can certainly talk about.
Well, let's talk first about the AI accelerator outlook, because actually from analysts to investors to the developer community, when we say that you're coming on the show, we get questions from all quarters. You had said that the AI accelerator business will grow to the tens of billions. And what I'm kind of seeing is people just want granularity from you, Lisa, a little bit. Like, when does that happen and where does it happen? And you talked about the hyperscalers, but what's the growth pathway to tens of billions in accelerator revenue?
Yeah, absolutely, Ed. So let me give you a few important markers. So what we said is the second half of the year, our growth would be primarily driven in the data center by accelerators. We launched a new product just in June, the MI355 product. It's extremely competitive. We really like how we stack up in terms of total cost of ownership for inferencing and training workloads. Customers really like that product. That's driving some of our second half growth. And certainly when we talk about our sequential growth into Q3, that's being primarily driven by that accelerator capability. And now when you extend forward, I've said that the AI TAM for accelerators in data center will be over 500 billion over the next couple of years. We expect to get a large portion of that new accelerator TAM, and that's how we get to tens of billions of dollars. Very key is also, we've accelerated our roadmap, and so we are on an annual cadence, and next year we'll have yet a new capability with our MI400 series, which will bring full rack level solutions, which will be another giant step forward in terms of capability for AI solutions. So I think that's the roadmap and path for the next couple of years. We're really excited about the traction. We're getting lots of customer validation saying, hey, you're on absolutely the right path, and we're making strong progress towards those goals.
Lisa, the granularity that was demanded time and time again on that earnings call with analysts was around China, though. And I know it's so hard to give because in many ways this MI308 is dependent on the licenses from the US government. How are those discussions going with the US government? How quickly do you think they can get through the backlog?
Yeah, Caroline, definitely. Look, I know people always want precision, and what I will give you is exactly how things are playing out from our standpoint. I think we've seen an improvement over the last 90 days. 90 days ago, we did not expect to be able to ship to China because of some of the regulations. I think this administration, the Department of Commerce, the government has actually been very open to trying to find the right balance between national security and ensuring that we have U.S. AI technologies proliferated across the world. So we think that's a great balance. We now know that we have a number of licenses that are under review. We've been given good indications that those are moving through the review process. And we will certainly inform everyone when the licenses are granted. But given that it's hard to predict exact timing, just given
Novartis made a takeover approach by Avidity
we thought the right thing to do right
Biosciences.
now is just say, hey, let's not include that in the third quarter revenue. But even with that, we're growing 28%
RNA,
year over year,
is it halted?
which is fantastic growth
or is it not
rate.
moving?
And if you asked me,
or did
what
they already
we've learned
get bought
in the last
out?
90 days, we've learned that the demand is even stronger in the
Yeah,
second
there
half
it
of the
goes.
year
Is that halted?
than we necessarily
How come no one said
thought
anything?
maybe just a few months ago.
And analysts really corroborated.
Yeah, I think it got halted. RNA, yeah.
Perhaps, and not show up in the numbers. But Lisa, I'm interested in the inventory that you had been very clear about, the $800 million knock on the fact that you couldn't access China for a while. I know that most of those manufacturing hadn't been complete, but do you think you can unwind that 800 million? How much do you think can you bring that back to bear?
Well, we certainly expect that once licenses are approved, that we will, restart our supply chain and, get those in place.
I didn't see it anywhere.
We do have
As
a
a
bit
financial
of time that it
time
takes to
frame, I don't see
complete
that
those,
shit
but we
nowhere.
would
That's
expect
why
to be able
I didn't even see
to
nothing
ship
on
some
that.
of those products
I had to
as
look up the
licenses are
ticker.
approved. And, again, the exact timing will depend
Walmart,
on when licenses
1500%.
are approved. But I, again, would hope
My
that
brother.
we don't get caught up in, something that I would say is moving actually in the right
Become
direction.
the one who gave
and
the
really
play.
see like the overall business
know,
is
guys,
doing
I
extremely
know.
well, right? When I look at data center growth, when I
Follow
look at
the
client and gaming growth,
rules,
and really
give
the return
them
growth
the
in the
play,
embedded, those are the
and
key
they
aspects
still break
to
it
really
anyway.
understand about where the business is today.
Lisa, the final question that we have on China, if I may, is something that we've also discussed quite often with NVIDIA and Jensen Huang, which is the idea that in the interim period you just outlined, China's domestic chip makers have made some progress on their own accelerators. Does AMD make an assessment of that, of how performant a comparable Huawei or other Chinese accelerator is relative to the MI300 family?
Ed, of course. I mean, look, it's a very competitive market out there. At the end of the day, everybody wants AI computing. Like, AI computing is the foundation for, all the great things that we know that AI can add to businesses.
Go. Now they're talking about it.
Sort of the overall, capabilities. So,
okay,
yes,
the crackheads got the RNA news now. So now you don't have an edge.
Case, I think we are well positioned. Overall,
sorry, guy, it's halted, but
for
we'll
the rest
see.
of the world is
I'll let you know if
strong,
there's a scammy contract.
Getting stronger as we go forward.
Don't force
and
it.
as it relates to China, it's something.
And then
that
that India comment was dog shit too. By the way, they're kind of escalatory. I didn't like
making
it.
Good progress there. So from that standpoint, I think the overall competitiveness of our AI roadmap has never been stronger, and we're excited about what we can deliver across AI GPUs as well as our CPU franchise and all of the rest of our portfolio.
This is Bloomberg Tech, live on Bloomberg Television and Bloomberg Radio, and we're speaking with AMD's CEO, Lisa Su. Strong in PC, strong in server, particularly CPU. Is that an AMD capturing market share story, or is that just a rebound in demand generally story, Lisa?
Well, I think it's both, Ed. I think the
they already 580 them all.
Is good. I think the demand patterns are better.
Yeah, you can't get anything.
But clearly, we're very very competitive.
They
with
literally
our
every single one's at $5 now. As I said, there was a window before the rack. There's two sets. You get like the dummy Bloombergs, and then you get the little rats ahead of it.
And I think
you had an edge, but then now they got it.
Enterprise customers
that's why it's 580ing all of them.
Out there.
That's what I was saying, bro. I was like, how come no one said
AMD
anything?
For computing.
And gaming.
I was in the bathroom.
So strong. I'm interested into the nuance of pull forward, because you said on the call that you didn't see a whole lot of pull forward of people trying to get ahead of tariffs and price increases. But did you see any?
Very little, Caroline. I think what we look at mostly is not just what we're selling in to customers, but we actually look at what's being sold out at end customers.
Those shares if you want it, but it's already up 18
really
now.
Transferred to end customers is good demand. I mean, people are refreshing their data centers, which is very positive. Right? We're in a place where computing is important.
We'll get one or we won't, but
we're seeing
strong
refresh cycles
you had the
on the data center side. We're seeing strong pull through of our solutions in the enterprise.
DHS, a large scale operation at Home Depot.
Again, we have a very strong.
Were y'all listening to my stream yesterday?
It's always hard to tell exactly what the impact
Holy
of the
ads.
current,
Well, now you can buy
tariffs
another
are,
membership.
but I would say
to
that's the smaller part of the impact on our business. The larger part is just
breaking
strong
news
products,
before the world.
very
that's what you
good
have to
traction
comment.
from customers,
awesome, dude.
and looking at a stronger second half of the year.
Awesome.
A strongest second half of the year.
Awesome. We've had a lot
we
of
take
good
some
plays
market share
today
from
already.
NVIDIA.
So
Lisa,
lock
how
in,
are you
brothers.
seeing that grow out and the ability to compete with the next range of chips?
We are very bullish on our overall roadmap capability. I think the second half of the year has
options
a
haven't
number
budged
of
at all.
customers really broadly adopting AMD.
Lisa, I have a question from our audience, if that's okay, a viewer of Bloomberg Tech. And as you know, like loads of AMD employees, your peers, technology industry people want to hear what you have to say. I'm just going to read it to you. Can Lisa
Tell him blessings. Tell him
please
you're going to have a great day.
AMD's winning in gaming
know that,
consoles,
and
but
working
AI
as a
is
pilot
where the
is one of the
margins
coolest
are now.
things, bro.
What's the plan to
So
make
tell 'em
AMD
go.
indispensable
Yalla,
to the next
CXW,
OpenAI,
prisons.
and not just
Yo, prisons are getting
cost-effective
washed right
alternative?
now.
I think
Geo
to NVIDIA is
and
what they're saying.
CXW.
Well,
I don't have a
The best way
headline.
to say that is for those
Both
of you
of
who
them.
know us as a
Geo,
company,
CXW, both
we
down about
execute
2.5.
extremely well. Our roadmaps are strong. We're very excited about all of the progress that we've made. MI300 was an excellent product. MI350 is a big increase above that, and then our next generation is also. And the key for us, if you look at our history is doing what we say we're going to do, delivering to customers, delivering total
I don't know if
cost
it's
of
weed
ownership,
news or if
and
it's
with
like
that,
prison reform
being
shit.
a great partner. And so
Or
from
like
that
anything with
standpoint,
the
I think you can
spending.
be very confident that
And then watch,
we
Lisa's
have a strong
comments are
roadmap
hitting
and
the
we're gonna
wire.
execute on it
And then
well.
GXO.
And,
I don't
our
know. That
largest
one's not, that's
customers
logistics.
want to have a dependable
Geo
and,
looks like a
good
conference
partner.
call. Maybe.
It's been wonderful spending time with
Because the other
you,
one's only
Lisa
down
Su,
2.5. The other one,
CEO.
Geo's down 5.
And thank you very much for talking us through post-earnings. Now coming up, check out these moves. We'll tell you about the impact this robot dog is having on China's robot stocks. That's next. This is Bloomberg Tech.
We seen that shit like 5 years ago, bro. I like Chipotle. It's just expensive. So that one's like there. If you're down to pay the premium, I think you could get it lower. But then if they turn around, you won't be able to. It's good. It's not the best. It's not the worst. But it definitely leans on the quality side. But then you have to pay for that quality. So even then, someone even said like Conagra could be in the draft class. You guys got to realize every single one of us are different. Have you ever seen like a football or a basketball team and they get to the draft and sometimes they'll like draft like a left tackle or like a defensive end, and you're like, what the fuck? Why would you get a defensive end or a left tackle as your first pick? Because your team needed it. You get what I'm saying? So for some of you, look at the draft class and look at your portfolio. If you don't have food, if you don't have certain industries, then yeah, maybe Conagra would be there. Or if you have everything else and you have a lot of value, maybe Chipotle would make sense. Maybe you need some higher quality, higher premium growth in there. You get what I'm saying? But obviously use our guidelines that we have so that you avoid the premium and everything else in between. RNA is still going. There's no place. I have a bid in, but it's all 500, dog. They're not going down. You could maybe do a debit spread to finesse, but they already foresaw that. I could see it. They already knew what I was thinking. Apple is up 5? Huh? The fuck you mean Apple is up 5? What? Dude, yeah, just like Walmart, bro. These are like kind of oddly large. UMAC announcing director position to expand government and TEM markets. I just got off the phone with Koff. We'll have more discussions today. Mo's fire, dude. So if you got both the rollover plays, anything, any long term. So that was another one we got. That was great. But yeah, like I said, I have one more set of MOs. I already made them free last couple days ago, but they keep going. I like it. I like what we got. Am Dizzle? Yeah, I was gonna say, dude, her comments were hitting the wire. Hopefully it'll be some announcements soon. Maybe positive, maybe not. I'm telling you, India, oil, Russia, guys. India, oil, Russia. I think that's the answer. Watch list. Apple will remain largely unaffected by the tariffs targeting India. CNBC citing White House officials. Yeah, CNBC's got some scoop. Alright, bro. This is a wild one. I can't believe Apple's up 5%. It's actually trippy. And then you have like Walmart again, and now think about it. Because if you get tech going down and these staples hold up, motherfucker, you just rotated whether you realize it or not. You get what I'm saying? Look at how some of these tech and values moving. Whichever one drops and the other one holds up, you're kind of doing the rotation right now, but it just doesn't look like it. I can't say today feels like a rotation, but if you take down tech tomorrow and staples stay up, then there you go. But yeah, this is kind of big. It's small on the scoreboard, on the box score, but everything is, you're getting 5% Apple, 3%, 4%, 3.5% on Walmart, There's some value that's moving very distinctly. But then you also have the other half of Mag 7 and everyone else. So very nice for now, and then you pull it out. Notice you're still within this 3-day range. That's what I'm saying. Whichever one stays up, that you might be going through your rotation. AMRZ, Hilton, another travel spy doing the melt, man. Okay, equal weight came up with it. Russell's the only one that's down. So watch, you're either gonna really start ripping, or the rally's gonna end when the Russell goes green. So just watch. So we're gonna keep melting up. They're all moving in tandem. Russell might overshoot a little bit, and then that's either done, or if Russell goes green and it stays up, you'll add like another quarter. Active shooter in Fort Stewart Army Base in Georgia. Oh, I haven't seen that yet. Damn. Be careful out there. That's by you? That's next to South Carolina? It's a sneaky rotate because it hasn't happened yet. But that's what I'm saying. I could see it. That's all I've, like, you see it too. Because, like, I'm telling you, what happens if you... Because, look, Apple is the value one to begin with, right? It's not like Apple's up 20% on the year. They're down 20% on the year. So think about it. Just look at what you're seeing right now, half and half. If XLP and the staples stay up, and then tomorrow everybody drops, like tech, NVIDIA, chips, you rotated. Look at it. And that's why we're still in the 3-day range. Upstart on the low. That's post earnings. You thought that was 5 days ago? Oh, maybe. So I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I didn't see anything right now on a shooting. But SPY coming back up again. You're at the range. Yeah, let's do some push-ups, baby. Now it's Euro close. I was getting real excited prior, but
at least 21.
Here, bro, get your body up.
36, and it comes as the Trump administration carries out a crackdown on migrants living in the U.S. illegally. Recruits will still be required to go through medical screening, drug screening, and a complete physical test. People in Japan marked the 80th anniversary today of the atomic bombing of Hiroshima. 70,000 died in the initial blast. The U.S. dropped the 10,000-pound bomb on August 6, 1945, to force Japan to end World War II, and then dropped another atomic bomb on Nagasaki 3 days later. And Claire's, that's the jewelry chain popular among tweens and teens, today filed for bankruptcy for a second time. The company said the move was necessary because of increased competition, changes in consumer spending, and a shift from brick and mortar stores. Claire's says its North American stores will remain open through the process.
Claire's?
Silvana, thanks. When we come back, the CEO of payments company Toast on the other side of the break. We'll get his outlook for the consumer. At least 12 Wall Street firms hiking their targets after Q2 results, but the stock's under some pressure. We're back in 2.
Back in 2.
Crypto Watch is sponsored by Crypto.com. Crypto.com is America's premier crypto platform.
All right. I can't explain the rotation, but the watch list a couple days ago did a better job. So that's what I'm saying. This is a concept you need to be aware of, especially with everybody talking about August and all of that. Like, rotation is the answer. So whatever you think is going to happen, it may happen, but how it happens might be in the form of that. But we talked about this a little bit in advance.
And where it
stand
makes
up,
most
baby.
of its money.
Get
and
the
that
body
also means
moving.
that Snap is going to be more reliant on international markets going forward to monetize via ads, and that's extremely challenging, or more challenging, because it's harder to make money there. And again, the weakness in North America.
Oh, dude, I'm not going to your party in Tijuana. So you be safe, though, brother.
I appreciate what you said about the response investors have to Snap sometimes. Like, I just always remember.
Why don't you? How about we party? Like, I don't know, man. You gotta be careful, bro.
Consistency, like Meta showed
us
that all the stuff they've done around AI shores up the core bread and butter business.
Lived another year,
is Snap not experiencing something similar?
What are you gonna do in Tijuana?
Yeah, I mean, I think Meta showed us that you can spend a lot of money on AI.
You're going to an Asian country in Tijuana. I'm gonna kick your knees in, okay?
I mean, Meta is a powerhouse.
Because that still makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
On efficiency and effectiveness for advertising.
You just gonna go to the beach and have a coconut. I'm down with it.
In many ways, including in AI, it doesn't have the same scale and resources that Meta has to build this powerhouse AI-driven ad business, but it certainly needs to do more work there. One thing I will say for Snap, though, is we saw an increase in SMB advertising, small and medium-sized businesses, and I do think that is a direct result of its investments in AI in its ad platform, because these advertisers are generally drawn to places where it's easy to advertise, and that's one of the impacts that AI has on advertising on these platforms.
Jasmine Enberg from eMarketer, thank you so much for joining us on the program. Let's stick with earnings and get out to gaming. Shares of Unity Software actually now lower by almost 9%. blink and you miss it kind of situation this morning, Caro. The stock had spiked after the company reported better than expected second quarter earnings. Something's changed. Let's talk it through with Unity CEO Matt Brumberg. Help me. There was a good response. Like you beat expectations. There's particular focus for you guys in the mobile gaming market. The stock has sort of reversed direction, is down 8%, Matt. Your read on that, please.
Yeah, we're not stock investors, we're business builders. So, my answer to that is a little bit of who knows. What we're really focused on is building a growing, enduring business. And I think that when we look back on the second quarter, 2025, the history is going to show that it was an inflection point for our turnaround. It was sort of the time when accelerated product development and delivering more for customers started to show up in a really meaningful way in our business. And I think that's basically where we are.
Foot, bro. Sometimes
I really appreciate having you on the show. I take a lot of interest in Unity because we recently had Roblox CEO Dave Baszucki on the show of their own earnings. It's probably more analogous in the gaming space to put you nearer to a Roblox. Maybe you disagree, but mobile gaming right now is a huge focus. How is that a driver for your business and a priority for you?
It's the biggest priority there is. We are effectively the operating system for the mobile gaming business globally.
Yeah, I've got a couple more and then we'll be
70% of the mobile games in the world are
What the
built on
fuck
Unity.
just happened to
85
Bond?
of the top 100 advertisers, mobile game advertisers,
y'all see that?
advertise with us. So what we've really seen in
what
the
the
last
fuck?
Year or so of this turnaround
There
is
was
that
this
when we
short-term
make
bond
fundamental
auction, but that's
investments
no.
in delivering better
You guys see
product
this?
for that set of customers,
Bro,
for the mobile gaming business.
what is that?
That
Is it could be a Fed speaker.
Lifting, and we've really seen that.
I don't
over
see
the
anything
year,
though.
And we're actually.
I'm gonna
really
do one more set, but you just got a
excited
fat
about
drop off
investor
on the long end of the
reaction
bond
over the course
curve.
of the year as well.
I'm going to go back to perhaps
off
the
a little
stock
bit.
reaction and what our own Bloomberg intelligence analysts have been saying, Matt. And forgive me, it's not always bathed in positivity because they say, look, there's a sequential decline of your Create segment in the next quarter that suggests muted adoption of your Unity 6 offering. Just describe that. Is that something you're seeing? Are you seeing Gen AI startups?
I think that's just incorrect. Unity 6 is the fastest adoption of any version of Unity we've ever seen. It's the most stable, it's the most performant. So we've been really, really pleased by that. Again, you're drawing me into wondering about the stock. I would just tell you it's much more likely to be the 100+% run up over the past year in anticipation of what are sharply better results. And again, a kind of inflection point in our business. I would guess that has more to do with those dynamics.
Love that context, Matt. Give us the context of the ad space. And you're encroaching a bit more on AppLovin's space, for example. How do you compete? How are you seeing yourself take market share or indeed AppLovin still being a really strong competitor?
Yeah, we don't really think about market share in this business. The way this business works is performance-based mobile advertisers buy performance. And they buy against their ROAS, their return on investment targets.
Vice
and they
President
will buy
Vance
infinitely
expected to
across
host
that efficient frontier.
senior
as we
officials
deliver
on
more
Wednesday
value,
for a dinner.
Customers will spend more money with us, and our business
Topics
will grow,
include
and
handling
that's
of
what's
Jeffrey
happening.
Epstein
There is,
fallout.
This is a big.
Yeah, bro. I don't know. This is some dog. This is weird.
Most competitive players in the world
Bro.
operating in it, and we're really excited. about our
You have the
ability to
yen
compete
in the
and
green,
not
bro. Bonds
now,
are just got
but in the future.
washed.
Matt,
Yeah, bro, this is real and this doesn't, bro, this is very odd right now.
Like one of the big
Trump is on the
issues
phone with
in the end market,
Zelensky.
the App Store, Apple or
Yeah,
Google,
something's going on,
is
you
revenue
guys.
split.
I don't
And
know
just
what it
you're
is.
doing
Maybe
to
it's bullshit,
incentivize
but
the
for the,
creators,
I'd
and also,
rather
like,
pay
bring
attention than
everyone
not.
with you if you're growing
That's
at that
huge.
clip.
It's massive. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I mean, we.
It does. I
are
don't.
the
There's
tools
something
that
happening.
those folks
That's too
use
big.
to build their
Bro,
experiences.
bonds
and
are
then
getting
operate those
wrecked
business
right
for
now.
years and years.
Honestly,
in
you
live
can either
service.
keep
So
shorting
when
it or
we
get ready
deliver
for a reversal.
better, more effective
But
tools,
nah,
for
this is
example,
too
to the
big.
point
Like
to
I'm
help them
saying,
monetize
this isn't
commerce
normal.
in a native way, for example. And
There's
help
no
them,
headline, no
acquire
bond
users
auction,
more
nothing.
efficiently. That business grows. So we're a partner in that growth with them.
Matt Brumberg, CEO of Unity. It's great to have some time with you. Year to date, up 40%.
Bro, it's just, there you have, bro. I think it just broke.
OpenAI could see a valuation.
Like I was saying, bro, there might be two plays here if you want to play a reversal or going forward. But this is really, really weird. Bro, this is really, really fucking weird. Oh my goodness. Yeah, bro, that started with our push-ups. It just started fucking cascading. I got telling you, bro, the yen is green today. But even the yen dropped with it. I don't know if that was it, but that wasn't normal. So watch if that holds or not. You might get a headline on either something related to like inflation in the government, or you're gonna get something on Japan, but it's already chilling out. Like I'm saying, you either go for the put or the bounce on that one. It's calming down now, but that was weird. It just hit 1.5%, and that was all real trades. Look at that volume. I'm pretty sure that's real. Yeah. Market's just doing its own thing. And market started reacting. The yen dropped on that. We don't have anything, but yeah, that was crazy. It was kind of scary. You just gave up the last 4 days. 5 days of bonds. You just did that in 2 minutes with literally no information. Off of like what, 3-4 million shares? That was whatever that was, bro. So look, it's already coming back, but holy fuck, dude. That was weird. I don't know. Would you have made money if you bought the call? That's just a lot. No, it's very, yeah, you kind of, not really. So even if you bought the call, if you got a good fill, you would have made money, but even then, the calls are kind of shit. No, if you got these ones, yeah, it worked. So if you bought the dip while as I was saying it, you could have got 20 to 60. But other than that, there's not that many that hit. That's crazy. So yeah, eyes on that for the rest of the day though. So far, nothing, but that just got a little bit out of hand. Kind of looks similar. It's terrifying. But man, dog, that was weird. I look forward to the rest of today, this week, and then remember next week we're gonna get more. RNA still going too. I have an order that's still up. It hasn't gotten filled. But yeah, if you grabbed shares on that, you would have done great. Intel on the high. Actually, Intel kind of looking like a news a little bit. I have to check. I haven't really been following chips as much. Yeah, it looks like they're the only one. Intel is starting to wake up here a little bit. Did about 15 cents in the last 3 minutes. And Nvidia is back to green too. There's Cisco. Oil didn't move on the bond thing. That was fun. Visa. Visa had earnings, I think. And again, you got the India stuff earlier. So India, Russia, oil, whatever, Trump and Apple, those are kind of what you're waiting for. Not much data. And before you know it, tomorrow will be Thursday, Junior, my friend. Bond Vigilante, just go to Investopedia and type it in. It'll answer it for you. New rules so you don't want to cross the line. Well, the best way is just listen before speaking and watch all relevant content. You are not allowed to post the place. So again, I don't know how many times I have to tell you this, Hanny. But you could just read the description. You guys all know that. This is why I have zero sympathy, because this is kind of ridiculous. So every single rule is written down. So not only do I talk it, not only do we cover it, it's written down. So you see it. Do not flex. Do not post any plays. Win or loss, do it in private or anywhere but the chat. So, like I said, we're gonna separate people, and we're gonna separate it based on who can follow instructions, and then who can follow it one time or not. So, live to the highest ability, read through it, and lock in if you're serious, and even to the point if you're gonna make a play and want to talk about it, you should read before. Read more, listen more, talk less. All the way around, you're gonna do good. But it is all in writing. Morgan Stanley raises Eaton. That's part of it, but we had to talk on it yesterday. It helps. I say just less influence, and I don't know. I've learned more about bots. I've learned more about bot fuckers. I've learned more about the stock market bots, the algo. You guys know I learn every day. I love it, bro. God is good, man. Thank you, Jesus, for the revelation. But, you know, it's just like, bro, you see it. That's why, like, this new rule you don't see how many motherfuckers you've caught? You know how many people who don't even show up and they only come here to pump a play on your ass? Y'all tripping. I seen it. I wrote them all down. Y'all think I'm lying? I even put a date on it, motherfucker. I got everything. Don't play with me. So like I'm saying, it's not, you can label me the bad guy, but I'm hitting and I'm telling people and I'm giving it to them in advance. But at the end of the day, it's like, nah, bro, they've abused the plays. Most of the people trying to give you plays, dog, they ain't trying to give you plays. You know what I'm saying? They're not. They're trying to fucking benefit off of you all the damn time, and it's annoying. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, get lost. Like, just get lost. We don't care. We don't care about you if that's what you want to do. Your behavior reflects with how you are lacking in both the communication and not. And if I'm not talking about you, I'm not talking about you. So don't take it personally if it's not you. Don't be a bitch. But it's very simple. It's like, dude, y'all need to have discernment and y'all need to get your guard up, okay? Because they're going to rob you if you let them. And if you teach them and if you're loose with your money, you are teaching them how to rob you. You get what I'm saying? That's it. You're teaching them how to get robbed. Why do you want to do that? I don't understand. So, like I'm saying, it's in a weird way. Some of you are slowly noticing this, like, play strictness. It's benefited you because the people hitting are still going to hit. And now you're not getting these weird ass ideas and people trying to influence you and FOMO you and all of that, bro. So it's amazing. I'll go over it with you. I'll show you too at the end of the day. I'll show you what I banned. You'll see it, but like I have everything documented. Y'all playing with me. You think I act like this for no reason? You think I act like this without supporting documents, evidence, history? Okay, word. But yeah, so it's lock in, baby. And then too, though, move with caution, bro. That's why you could still surpass everybody. You could do very well, but just move with caution. You see it, bro. Don't be naive. And then notice bonds are staying sticky there. Oh, it's weird. It's not. It's good for you too, bro. That's what I'm saying. If you are at the stage in your life where you have to make money and tell people, you're still not mature in it. That's just the reality, right? If I have to tell you I'm making money, I got to tell you what I did. I got to always tell you, always remind. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it's getting to a point where, like, why are you guys doing it, right? Because if you keep winning, your whole life is going to change. You should make your whole life change. You should have a standard of living increase. You see what I'm saying? But not every little thing. If you got to keep reminding and talking, it's like it's a validation seeking, exactly. And it's like, why? And you're at a different level if you still feel the need to do that. And that's why I'm saying you could kind of notice it. So let's go. Elevate. Step up. I want you to take a leap over all of your peers. And that's what you're going to do if you're ready. And it happens with that. Focus, work, effort. Good is good. Good provides fruit, bro. We already know it's going to happen. So focus on what matters. I don't know the news on Google. I think Mag 7 is 50-50 right now. The ones right now are Amazon. That's the one we should be asking what's going on. But I don't know. Google was up 0.5%. Maybe it's at 2 now. No, it's at 0.7. But they're climbing up now. But Amazon was the one. There was no news on TLT. And then oil dropping now too. See if oil just does what bonds did later. Amazon beat, but I don't know why it went up like it did today. This just started. It was normal. It was like Google 0.7 or something, then just took off. Only let that. No one's posting plays. See, get over it, guys. That's all. There's a 90% chance you want to post plays to pump. The other 10% is because you have a lack of confidence in yourself and you need validation from the internet. Is that too harsh? Well, either way, it doesn't matter. Get a long term, you're gonna win. You see the distractions, the noise. You gotta focus and lock in. All that matters is you versus you, brother. You understand? These comments won't help you. Nobody will help. It's just you and God. Oh, amen. Believe me, a brother is born in the time of need. And you get a lot of good resources and people will add to it. But make sure you don't forget the 90% of the battle. It's you versus you, bro. It's you versus you. All these conversations, all the stuff in your head, that's its influence. How it's moving you. Actions, commanding, authority. Oh, I could go on for days. That's why I said live it. The fact I have to keep reminding, it shows. Easy to hear, easy to listen, but to live, bro, that's what's going to separate y'all in good, very good ways. But if you're not ready, you're not ready. H and I don't know much about them. Yeah, I heard that deal, but I don't know much. Georgia, 4 people shot. Outbid may not be meant to be, but then also too, don't be too cheap. You gotta, like, what are we talking about? How much are you getting outbid by? And then what's the margin of it getting overpriced? Oil coming down and bonds back to where that sell-off happened. Google, Staples, Apple are going up. Walmart too. Oil dumping and then SPY near the high. Russell's still down the same amount. Meanwhile, NASDAQ has now hit 1%. So tech is advancing. You can blame Apple on that. And now a little bit of Google and Amazon. Yeah, oil is flip red. You were up 2% at one point. Ironically, the puts are down now. Remember I told you we were up 3% on oil almost? And my oil play was break even, barely moving. Now oil comes down, the puts are down still. So yeah, there's a lot of IV in oil right now. It's very, very odd. So this India situation is definitely brewing. I think there's a Russian meeting today, or pretty much Trump says he wants peace by this weekend. So I don't, if that don't happen, and if there's not an update, I think they're going to start ramping up the oil pressure, at least India before oil. Oh, they're waving? No, then I don't know, because I don't think I would have done the farm. Like, I would have been down to pay a little more for the farm if I had to. But I actually got a discount, but I wouldn't have waived the inspection. It just, I don't know. Are you in Boston, Jersey? Where are you? Because I just wouldn't right now. Even if the market is demanding it, I'm not a fan of waiving inspection. Unless it's 30% off. If you're getting it 30% below value, then waive inspection. But if not, I can't accept that. The new summer, baby. Summertime. Remember, you are the reaction function. So when the news gets slow and they have to recycle, you're the reaction. So don't forget that. The point of no inspection is to sweeten the offer and hurry up the deal. That way it kind of gives more guarantees to the seller that you're not going to wholesale it, play games, or, you know, that you're really interested in buying it. And that you're aware of all of it, but it comes with risk, because then that way, once the offer is accepted, you can't back out because of inspection, less contingencies, all of that. So you just got to be careful with that. You know, when the real estate market was hot, and you know, you knew these houses were going to go up a lot, or they were really cheap, I was waiving inspection on some of them, because if it wasn't that bad. But yeah. You could get it in a day or two, but it's in the contract. So if you have an inspection contingency, you could back out still. You waive inspection, then there you go. There's no backing out because of that, even if it's a day or two. So it's a more serious offer, and sellers like it because it just means they could just dump the house as is and get the ball rolling and move on. Unemployment numbers are not tomorrow, no. Why do you think that? Where the fuck have you been? I swear I saw you yesterday. This is what I've said, bro. I've seen this a lot. I think it's a mix of like AI and the other stuff on the internet, but some people are just getting fed like incorrect info. So jobs was last week. You're gonna get the next jobs report in a month. The next one's CPI. Their unemployment claims, yeah, that happens every fucking week. That's not that's not the jobs report. You know, it's just jobless claims. That's a weekly occurrence. Well, like I said, I only waive inspections if you need to be motivated and they want that gone and you need to express that interest, but then the house has guaranteed equity at a certain rate, I don't care. But otherwise, if it's like not, and there's not a good deal, I'm taking my inspection. And I'm gonna take it slow. You're being fed wrong data. Well, be careful, brother. That's what I'm saying. This is kind of the risk of all of it. It's only gonna get worse. So, so if you don't know your info and that's what I'm saying, bro. You guys the gate is closing, and pay attention, because there might be a point where the line, if you weren't prepared or trained prior, you might miss it. And I'm not talking about the opportunity. I mean, you might just get confused. Foundation is usually my deal breaker. I hate foundation because it's usually expensive, hard to do, and then, you know, one crack in the wrong way, that house could get red tagged and it's unlivable, and then now it's condemned. So I don't like any like real structural issue. I don't like plumbing and electricity are next, but not as bad as foundation. Roof, but roof isn't like, roof is just expensive. You know what I'm saying? Roof isn't hard to fix, right? It just sucks that you might have to spend like 5, 10, 20, 25,000. I think dude, I dropped 20 racks on a roof before. I hated it. I got so mad. It was on my Airbnb. But yeah, they're just expensive, but they're not hard to like repair. You're not gonna like, you're not gonna be halfway through a roof repair and be like, oh my gosh, it's gonna take 6 more months and X amount of money, and like, you know, but you can on a foundation, right? Like I'm saying, the foundation goes wrong, you've got a 3-month, 6-month delay, the city gets involved, it becomes condemned, unlivable, you're fucked. So there's a lot, but it's just not as, like, a roof is just expensive. AC is expensive, easy to fix. Like I'm saying, plumbing, electrical, complex, and it could have delays, and it's expensive. Those are the things you got to be careful of. Yeah, the roof, I'm scared of the price tag of a roof, but I'm not scared of a roof. Does that make sense? I'm scared of a foundation. I'm scared of what I don't see. Let me put it this way. How many of you are more freaked out about the damage inside your body than what you can see? Because honestly, bro, I look amazing. I'm ripped, but I'm sure my arteries are clogged to shit. That's the foundation. You see that? That's the problem. I'm more scared of that than what I can see. The things you can see are cosmetic. The roof is expensive, but at least I could see it. I don't know what's underneath that. Same thing, plumbing, electrical. Once those walls come out, bro, you just opened up Pandora's box. That's why I don't like doing certain things in real estate. That's why I even don't like the new builds or building from scratch all the time. And I aim even for a certain type of property that I could repair without having to knock it down and do all that, right? I don't want a property with like a really bad disease that I don't want to do surgery. I want to do rehab. You get what I'm saying? Rehab it up, get it worked up, let's get it healthy again, fix all of that. But I don't want, if you're like, oh, you got to cut it open, do this, do that, I don't like that. Because then it changes everything. Time, money, all of that. Yeah, we want good bones. We want good bones, we want good structure. That way you get the value, but then you're going to avoid some of the deeper stuff. That a lot of people, those are the worst too. No, carpet and hardware is easy. I already did it. You know that? I already got new floors at the compound. I painted it. I'll have it in the video. I already did that. That's all easy. I already got one of the roofs replaced, half of it. I'm making moves. Easy. All easy shit. Once you have the people. See, for me, I got a guy. I called this dude. He come out, bro. You'll see it in the video. It's funny. That's it. Once you have it, that shit's quick and cheap. All square foot labor. Pay per square foot, depending on if you use cheap materials, even cheaper. You use good materials, it costs more. All that matters is labor. But that's easy. That's what I'm saying. The foundation, you could get delayed. You might have to go to the city. Plumbing, you're gonna do a lot of stuff. If you water shutoffs and go through it all, tests and everything, it's different. I could do floors and paint and a roof even. You could do that in a couple of days. Where are all the videos? They're on the trading fraternity. But I have a strange feeling you didn't watch the first one. But either way, I'm gonna have one out today. But Chad said I should put it out on Saturday now. So maybe But I have it done now for the most part. Yeah, with 10 roof guys. Yeah, bro. If you could get a lot of, bro, you could do it in a day. If you got enough people, all you need is materials. And materials, you could get your hands on them. I mean, it's not like it was during COVID, where that's what sucked during COVID, because sometimes you'd have to wait. Or if you need something special, you got to wait like a week or two. That's what fucks you on, because then you're paying. If you got interest, cost, and you have a timeline, that's where you get screwed over. Still up. Swiss leaders hail good meeting with Rubio. Windows have a yeah, just on the sizes. If it's not like a standard window size, you need one of them small ones, or like that's you're gonna wait. I want to do new windows on the compound, but that's just gonna fuck it up. Too long. It's good though. I finally got it cleaned. So I'm going to go there. I'm going to try to go today or tomorrow. If not, I'll be there on Friday. But I want to see it. It's clean now. That place was filthy. So I'm excited to see. But yeah, that's why I was even explaining to you guys my girl yesterday. Because in 5 years of dating her, she has got to see all of these deals. So I've even noticed the change in her. And that's why I think you guys will too. You at first you don't understand it. And if you don't have experience in it, you're viewing it like a consumer. And then it's like everything looks hard. That's even, I'm gonna show you in the video, even the setup of some of the stuff I was doing this weekend. When you look at the boxes and all of it, it looks insane. It looks very overwhelming. But once you know the experience and you could see it, do you get what I'm saying? Bro, I walk in, I have vision. And guess what? You do too, brother. Now, this isn't a gift that only I have. It comes through experience. Again, you see it, you say it, you hear it, you could envision it. You get what I'm saying? I go to these properties, I could look at it. And that's what I'm saying. At first, my girl was blinded. She didn't see it. She's like, what do you mean? It doesn't have a backsplash. My girl was baffled. The European mind couldn't understand why I was buying these houses. She said, why are you doing that? Why? I don't get it. She said, ew, that's ugly. She said, ew, it's ugly. That's not it. And then she thought what she thought would take a year, I could do it in a week. And then it's funny because the thing she thought that would be done in a week, that would take a year. But then once you understand that, you're going to see, it starts to make a lot more sense. And that's what I'm saying. You're going to go through and you're going to have this vision. You'll see a property and be like, oh, okay, cosmetic. That I could do in a day. I could do that in a week, 2 weeks, a month, tops. Right? Once you understand that, you're going to see a trash property. And then you'll be able to envision both cost, time, and what can reasonably be created without changing the layout, without building, and then without having to cut it open. But that's what I'm saying. At first, you guys are going to be intimidated, or you just don't know, all right? Because you've never done it before, so you're going to be your first time doing it. But once you act, that's why I just avoid the big mistakes so that you could get good experience, and then before you know it, it's not that crazy. You're going to realize how it's pretty simple. It's just a lot of management, a lot of handwork, but you could always delegate that to others or do it yourself. It's just up to you. It's a great learning experience. It just sucks because Most people only do it once or twice in their life, and they're not viewing it in the same way to learn like that. But that's what I'm saying, man. I always say the first deal is terrifying, but after that, it gets so easy. RNA, bro, went 22. Oil's still dropping. Wait till the premiums flip. They're coming up now. Once the puts go green, that's the chain telling you something. Windows are like expensive, but not. But you got to think timing. Normal windows are pretty affordable. But if you have to start getting like a little one and then like a weirdly sized one, you're going to wait and it could get expensive. How do I collect rent? I get a 32-ounce baseball bat. And then I just go door to door and I just start smacking the bat in my hand until they Venmo me. It usually works pretty well. Make sure you check all local laws, though, because it's not. Just depends where you're at. It's all digital, man. They just go straight to your bank, and then you have a company take it, and yeah, that's what they do. So you know what day it is? Ooh, Coca-Cola. Another staple. That's what I'm saying. Watch by middle of the day, bro. If tech gives up, I don't think some of them will. Like Amazon and Apple probably won't. But yeah, man, it's looking good. It's looking very good today. But then it's one day on, one day off. Hence the Russell being red today. Idaho, they could take your furniture in place of money until rent is paid? Oh, no way. Intellectual property, like patents, trademarks, systems, but really patents and trademarks. Costco. Is Target up? Yeah, Target's even up 3, bro. All of them. And then Netflix. SPY still near the high. That bond thing was weird. Oil already flipped 3%, 2.5%, but it wants to do something. And then there's Amazon again. You pretty much know your leaders. I don't think it's even changed. Let's see. It was a little bit tilted. NASDAQ 64 green. NASDAQ got a lot better, actually. So 10, 15 more names flipped green on the NASI. So you do got some new advancers. 5 more went green on the Dow. 20 green now. So now you're shifting. You're shifting into, it was like 50-50, but you are slowly getting in there. 292, 20 more names have advanced. About 20 to 30 new names have gone up in the last like hour or so, I'd say. Or when I gave you the last checkup. Oh, Baba! Someone was just saying that. Yo, big pop on Baba. I don't know if anybody else has moved. Check Pinduoduo, Baidu. No one's moving. It's just Baba. Hold on, that's what makes it interesting. So literally just Baba is moving right now. Candle at the high, it's up 2, but no one else is moving. Let's see. Okay, now the other ones are starting to go. They're all going a little bit. I hate these. I fucking hate them. I grabbed a small one, but I hate this one. I love it and I hate it. Coin is going. I don't know what that China thing is. Yeah, bro, that coin 300 thing tripped me out. Apple pending government announcement this morning. That's what caused all of it. It's killed. I can't believe it's up 7, 6, 5, 8. Amazon, Netflix now too, and now Meta even. So they're now big tech. Like I'm saying, little by little, it was kind of more 50-50, but last hour you got like 20 new names moving. Baba selling a stake. Yeah, okay, maybe that's why they were the only ones that moved. And then VSAT, that's post earnings. Yeah, Mag 7, I want to say Google is only 0.5%, and then Microsoft's the lagger. That's it. 'Cause even Tesla's killing it today, too. Oh, there's coin now as well. Remember, Bitcoin was already on fire today, so that's still just near the highs. CP and railroads keep going up, too. Apple, US, maybe. That could be. They said something about another 100 million or 100 billion investment. That may be all of it, or we'll hear something new like that. Pop. Oh, I think Amazon is disgusting, but then when you go look at all the staples, all these retail names are doing very well. I don't know, maybe that's the rate cut front run. Okay, coin still running up there. Now you got Circle. What happened to a Fig? That one's still up. Right near the open. It's IPO open. Elf starting to run up here. That's its literally only 10 highs of the day, surprisingly. couple new names I've seen. Like, look at the high count. You'll see like 5, 10, 11. So there's some new ones. Okay, but now you're getting a red on this SPY. I mean, most of this was Mag 7 there. Again, we just started putting them up all there, and then Apple's effect is pervasive. But yeah, SPY's getting a red there. I mean, we have been meandering. You got, what, 8 more minutes till the top of the or middle of the hour off of Euro close. I can't believe it, though. It looks a little bit like the other days, but it did it so much slower. Or I guess by 10:30. But no, that should have been 7:30. Yeah. Okay, Ross, that's going up there too. Any words on the TLT move? No, but you guys are going to miss it if you don't watch the watch list. So once I know there's a good TLT play that's going to hit like back in the day, I'm going to put it on the watch list and I'm not going to say a word. Okay? So just be prepared. When it does happen, now is not the time. You'll probably be a victim of the front run. But when it does happen, it will be on the watch list. So just make sure you're subscribed. Oh, I forgot to tell you. You need a membership. Okay? You need a membership to watch the watch list. So buy a membership, okay? I would tell you to follow me on Instagram, but it's way better to just tell you to buy a membership. That's what they taught me today. So yeah. Yeah, we talked about XLP live. But then again, XLP and Staples was brought up 2 or 3 days ago. So the Walmart that hit 800% today, if you watch the watch list, we already discussed this. So that's what I've been trying to communicate. So just lock in, you guys. Just lock in. You don't need to influence plays in real time. You don't need a pump. But even though it's slow, if you are prepared, I think you'll get an advantage. Oh, 5 of them. I like it, but if you're the dude that I banned and thinks that I'm going to unban you, I'm going to ban you again once you admit it's you, okay? So, amen. You're forgiven, but you haven't corrected your behavior. But I'll take the 5. Anybody else want to buy a membership? What else we got out there, bro? What's going on? What else we got? Just being honest. What do you want me to tell you? It's Barry GME. All right. Nice. Well, thank you, brother. But I told you what was going to happen. Thank you. So yeah, guys, just follow along. Follow along. All right. This is the YouTube membership for this channel. That's the only way you could chat. You know, everything used to be free, you guys. You know that? The chat was free. I would post all the plays live when I did it. There would be no delay. But like I'm saying, man, sadly, I saw people abuse it. You know, so I hope we return to it one day. But right now is an opportunity to build and take a massive lead for those of you who want it. And it's going to be with your long term. And even then, on the short term, it's going to require a level of attention. So, and if you have both of those things, let's ride, baby. I'm with you. But at the end of the day, too, it's like we got to make sure we do the best that we can and the best for everybody. And I don't want any excuses. And there is none now. So, let's go, baby. There was no move. Everyone just wants to play, but there was a crazy move on TLT for no damn reason today. I wish I could tell you what it was still, but I don't know. The community has gotten better with the paywall. I know, it's sad. That's why I have liked it, and I'm still not done. But it's not about the paywall. We still need to trim a little bit more. That's it. I want the highest standard. And don't worry, too. If you get banned, like I said, you're forgiven. I have it written down. I'm going to forgive everybody. I want the highest standard in the world with the highest level of forgiveness in the world. Okay? That's it. You'll know the rules. You don't follow them, I'll tell you. You will have a consequence. But then you will get a chance to try again. Always. It's very simple. But then again, if you think that's going to be the realm to abuse it, and you're going to spend 5 years not growing, you fucked up. That's not it. You see what I'm saying? Stop letting forgiveness be the reason you don't advance. Because I like a good standard. That's what I'm saying. It has... don't fall in the middle of this. Fall on one side or the other, but don't be in the middle, brother. You know what I'm saying? Anything but the gray area. I don't know what that drop was. We were there live and it blew our minds. It hit as low as 1.5. I want to say it was related to the yen, because the yen was up prior and then it dropped, but I have no idea. Only thing is just oil in India, and if you didn't watch the watch list, I think after the first couple of hours today, I think yesterday's watch list got that much more important. Well, message retracted? I didn't even do that. That one wasn't even me. Well, welcome, I guess. You've learned by not getting spoon-fed. If you want to learn, this is the place to be. Amen. But that's what I'm saying, bro. I think you guys are gonna start realizing, bro. It's not that these people in chat rooms don't want to learn. They've just developed their own systems of taking advantage of each other. Do you understand? Do you know how many people I know in the market that are not like online personalities, gurus, and all they do is just frequent chats, and they just do it to be lazy and front run better than the noobs? That's it. There's a whole portion of traders who do that. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't realize it yet, but all of the like spoon-fed thing, it's poison, because they're front running you. It's been like this for my whole life, but the online chat rooms as of late, it has created a new dynamic. Yep, me. See, there you go. There's many people. But yeah, you're trash. We don't like you. So move on. But that's what I'm saying. The way I'm doing it now, I'm hurting those people, because they all work for me now. They don't get it. They're on a delay with me being very, very advanced on the info. So that's why we're gonna level the playing field. Oh, you misclicked it? I was like, all right, man, message retracted. Shit. Earlier, Philo, maybe in like 10 minutes, 20 minutes. How long is the delay? I don't know. That's all. At least I'm telling you. That's what I'm saying, bro. They're gonna smash you. And that's what I'm trying to protect you guys. Please. That's why I'm like, if you want to go and run into it, you get the long term, you're gonna fucking win. You prepare, you're gonna fucking win. You see what I'm saying, bro? Take the path less traveled. You're gonna win. You conform, you follow the crowd, you're gonna get wrecked. That's what I'm saying. People aren't telling you the viable piece of info that's missing. Already August 6th. I know. I agree with you, bro. I don't know. Praise the Lord. You know that? I don't take any credit. God and Jesus Christ is the Savior, bro. Because amen, bro. Because I honestly think no matter how long the delay, I still think we will be the fastest. I don't know why, but God is good, baby. God is good. God is God. God is, you think I'm fast? Imagine the creator. I'm just dust. That's all, bro. And I love you. You know, it's all built on love, dude. I don't know if y'all realize it. That's why these angry ass pumpers don't get it, bro. That's why they confuse, they copy, and it fails. Because, bro, it's built on love. I don't know if you understand that. I build in the light. That's all I've been doing. And the moment I realized it didn't create light, I will stop it. Because that's what I'm saying. I got to learn over the years. When I was getting, because guess what, bro? I was giving out TLT plays. Motherfuckers were buying houses, changing their lives. Yes or no? Don't tell me that didn't happen, because it did. You see what I'm saying? And in my heart, I thought I was doing good. I thought I was sharing people the gift of options. And I was at the time. No one knew about it. Literally, now everybody knows about it. You get what I'm saying? So I did my job, and I'm glad that I did it. But now that time is over. And once I saw that it started hurting people, and then people were taking what I showed them to hurt others, y'all got me fucked up. So, and that's not gonna work, because like, for real, bro, we will make mistakes, but if you build in love and you build in light, bro, you will always acknowledge an error, correct it, and do better. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I'm glad I shared my gifts with you, and I'm glad it gave light when it was needed, but the moment it don't give light, bro, we move on. And just always do it in love. That's what I'm saying. If you're not, are you really trying to help people? Then you better help yourself. If you're not, why are you lying? And then if you're helping yourself, why are you acting like you're trying to help people? So you better figure out which one it is, and build in light, build in love. That's all it is. So you don't get why people get mad, bro. They don't understand it. That's why I made more money by saying I love you and thank you. You guys want to buy a membership? They get baffled by it, because it's love. There's a reason why, bro. I've given a lot to everybody in here, and they've given me the same back, but not everybody, and they may not understand it. So that's fine. But like I'm saying, bro, I really want to see y'all do good, but we talked about it earlier today. You need discernment. You guys need to start being discerning, protect yourself in this market. And that's what I'm saying. At another time, you'll realize you'll have another path is going to open up for you. But right now, you need to protect yourself. You don't give it back. You don't lose it. Don't get caught up in these easy games. Why you think everyone's your friend? Why do you think they want to just share the play? I was the only one who did that back in the day, and they all thought I was pumping. So then they started copying it, and they fucked you. And now I don't do it. You don't see it, bro? They're not sharing plays with you because they like you. So I don't get it twisted, bro. And that's why I'm saying be smart. Ask yourself why. I'm not telling you don't trust people. I'm telling you to move with a little bit of caution. Move like the serpent. Be as gentle as the dove. Don't forget this. Okay? That's why I say I don't care what they rep, Cole. I don't care what they rep. They all liars. They all rep Jesus, and then they crucified him. So what are you telling me? So that's all. Move cautiously, move smart, and you will be rewarded. You guys don't get that? You move like an idiot and you don't even want to think about it. Don't be shocked when you get clapped. But if you move with caution and you value it and you start, you're gonna grow, and it's going to reward you. That's it. It's a reward. It's like a reward. God, dude. Yeah, 930 push-ups. And then VFC, stick. VFC, 3%. They're coming off earnings. Remember, I liked that one day. I just couldn't get one. Oof. They're kind of up already. Okay, I'm taking that one. Not a reco. See, I don't want to. You guys don't see it. I even say it out loud out of habit. So my bad. But I remember I was talking about it post earnings and I liked it, but then I didn't take that one. I took the Apple and I got wrecked. Those came back today, and then I took the other one. But now the plays are down. That's 3.5. So it has the trigger, but if that comes down, pay attention and pay the premium. And you hit a new high. I'm gonna go pee. Follow me on Instagram at the Trading Fraternity. Do a push-up, and then we're gonna move to Philo. We'll go early for Lucky. I love you, Lucky Soldier. God bless you, brother. With Suno for songwriting? No, what's Suno? The fuck? No, I don't. For any of my country songs, I've never used AI to write a song. But Uncle never does. Uncle freestyles. I don't think you guys Uncle just freestyles. So Uncle just puts on a beat and then he just starts talking. And then if it hits, he writes it down. And then he keep talking and then it go and then he just write it down. But yeah, so I don't. If that's an AI, bro? Music AI? No, I can't do that. No, that sounds like blasphemy, dog. Marsk advises importers to prepare for tariff enforcement. Oh, dude, I think I know what you're talking about. A producer sent that to me. I had a producer send me my country songs remix, and I was like, "How did you do that?" I remember that. That could have been it. Uncle is me? Sounds like you? Well, I don't know. I feel like if it was me, I would just say me, right? That's why we call Uncle. I don't know, bro. I mean, it's just a comment. It's a real. This is one of those. This is a debatable one in the chat, man. I don't even know. It's hard to describe. But let me go pee, and then, we'll just. Yeah, we'll come back to that.
So let's talk about Malcolm's moves. I said he had a couple, and they're both sells. Number one, Iron Mountain. Why so?
Yeah, so if you're a dividend investor, this is still a great stock for you to own. But for me, I sold that when I had earnings just on the
when did you buy it,
I
jackass?
looked at what happened with the big banks when they reported. I looked at what happened with big tech when they reported. Great, solid earnings numbers, and the market still responded by selling their shares down. And so I expected the same thing from Iron Mountain, and so far that's what we've seen. But I've been in this name for the past year and have nothing to show for it but a 3% dividend. So if you look at its valuation in comparison to its peers in the XLRA, I don't think that it's going to take off in any meaningful direction anytime soon. It's probably going to continue to trend
Why
down.
do you think the market's been doing that? The way that some of these stocks have been reacting post-earnings, the way they have. Expectations just got too high on some names?
I think it's sentiment. I think even though when we look at the year-to-date number, the S&P is still doing single digits, it feels like, if you just think about April 9th, the snapback that's happened since then, it feels like the market is doing significantly better than it is. And I think that investors are just looking to take a breather, take some profits here, and wait for the next thing. I mentioned before, consensus seems to be we're overdue for a pullback, and everyone's trying to position themselves for that pullback.
Including you.
Including me to a degree, but I'm actually.
Sold Prologis
I also bought ASML with the proceeds. So I'm using the cash to get in position for things that I think are going to happen looking forward. I think we're probably due for a rate cut that's going to set up great opportunity to buy in names like fintech.
Why'd you sell this?
So I sold Prologis similarly, but it's been a dead stock for me. For the year that I've owned it, it hasn't actually done well. And if you look at vacancy rates, they brag about a 95% or so vacancy rate, but across the industry, that rate is increasing. And
Let's see a year.
And so sentiment in that name, it's been a round trip basically for me since I've owned that stock. And again, I've only got a 3% dividend to show for it in the time that I've owned it.
Dude, shut up.
The ETF loves to buy this. We have not had.
Yeah, bro. IRM's paying me fucking 12.5%
loves to buy this
on my initial, and I think I'm up like 1,000% net on all of it.
I believe that we owned it at the end of last year.
He's like, I bought it last year at one of its all-time highs, and I have nothing to show for it. Oh no shit! Start telling your viewers that's what happens.
Midday word. That's coming up next.
You think I'm flexing? I'm just trying to show you how dumb they are and how they're just gassing you up with failed logic. And then y'all running around. Only got 3% to show for it. Motherfucker, buy it early! And wait! And don't buy it when it's high! That's all. That's this far. I'm not even. I think it's hilarious, bro. I'm not. There's thousands of other people who bought it alongside of me, and they are laughing to the bank as well. But we need to protect the people who are hearing that and then thinking they're like, oh yeah, no, only 3% or so. Why you? Look at where he fucking bought it. Oh my gosh. Oh man, you picked the right thing, but you also picked an awful time. I know. I'm sorry, guys. Sniper AI. Welcome. We love it. I love it, man. Thank you to the new members. I hope you guys follow the rules and now watch the watch list. So let's go, baby. And that long term, I said, don't be that guy. Don't be scared. Just prepare. Be early, and you'll be fine. If you bought the share when I bought it, you're up way more than 100%. Because you got all of the dividends reinvested. White House secondary sanctions on Russia expected to be implemented on Friday. Yeah, bro. That's what I'm saying. It's going to be counterintuitive. I think people are going to think oil goes up, but then if they really hit, I think oil goes down. And then the VFCs are running still too, and then BABA. It's weird. The VFC premium's higher than the stock. And then Western Union. R? WU, Popper. We're talking about IRM. You wish you knew about me then? Well, yeah, it just sucks because I've been here, but then we've been silenced, we've been banned, and then we've been diluted by all the copycats. They just take what I give, and then they give you dog shit, and then they leave out the good stuff. Then they take out Jesus. It's amazing, bro. You can't make it up. They're like, I'm going to do everything he does, but then I'm going to take out the good quality, the honesty, and the Jesus. Good plan, dog. Good fucking plan. I'm glad wow. That's it. What a big punisher. I know, you're lucky. It's only going to be word of mouth, bro. That's why it's a cult. So, welcome. Welcome and do your service. Yalla. But being cheap, no worries, bro. That's it. In all, like, honesty, it's been cheap up until the last 8 months. And now it's only $4.99. But still, I love you regardless. And like I said, man, if y'all are locking in, listening, get the long term, I know there's people who don't have the memberships. I still think about you, and I still am making content for you. And when I do communicate, that's why I'm saying, like, unfortunately, though, I hope you guys are listening, and I do hope so. So, but yeah, man, I still got mad love, and you guys have always supported too. Like we said, man, I want to see good fruit for the long run, and I want to see y'all do good, and you get that long term. You build up your career, you live with an imagination, and you believe. You know what I'm saying, bro? God is good, and I think there will be more blessings for your life and to go around. So let's go, baby. All right, man, you're coming down a little bit. You just got the White House. Swiss president set to leave D.C. without reaching tariff deal. So, all right, you got back-to-back, kind of soft news, escalating with Russia by Friday, and then now you got no deal in Swiss right now. Pepsi's still on the list, but it's climbing. Yesterday was better. I like 1.3, but 1.4 you're above the earnings decision point. So, but it's up there. It just you're paying more premium for not deciding. Hesitation costs. But other than that, I'm waiting for other picks. You don't think Putin can be strong-armed? No, I think he can. I think he can with exactly what we described with oil. Like genuinely bringing it down. That's why, if you remember during Putin and Biden, how vocal was I about it? I was just saying, I was like, bro, this isn't gonna work. I was like, what do you mean you're gonna raise the price of oil to hurt the oil producing guy? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you're willing to absorb the cost and you're willing to fuck up the oil market, then yeah, why not? Like, bro, I'm telling you, Russia's budget is all oil. Obviously, they've changed it since like 2015 after the first time they got eaten by it. But I would argue 70% of their budget, I gotta fact check it, it's all oil. So if you cut the price of oil in half, you could cut Russia's budget in half. Do you understand that? And I'm not making shit up, because that's what we did in 2014. That's the first time it happened. And it was shocking. And then that started the fracking revolution. And then they both drilled and stopped drilling. And then that's what gave you your first real hiccups of oil in the last decade, if you really think about it. So, but yeah, that's the real way to do it. But it's scary. It costs a lot. It's not easy. It's easier said than done. And that's why, like, Biden and they did the let's all work together and conform. It didn't lead to prices going down. They limited Russia, but that didn't add the same pressure as, well, fuck it. We got oil companies too, but slash the price of oil down in half. Let's see who survives. That's it. It's a race to the bottom. That's the difference. Going high, anybody could deal with that. Not everybody could go to the bottom. Do you understand? Let me put it another way. I'm more patient than everybody. I bet you Donald Trump is too. And if your budget is 80% oil, 70, 60, I'm going to be way more patient than you. Go ahead, cut it in half. Cut it in half again. I don't care. You'll starve. I'll get hurt, but I'm not starving. You see what I'm saying? It's a race to the bottom. It's suicide. That's it. It's playing the game of chicken, but with the price of oil. Yes, Obama did that to Russia, and it worked. It worked until they figured it out a couple years later. And then, that's why I'm saying, I don't know why Biden didn't do that. It would have been amazing. If Biden did it at the beginning of Ukraine, I would have probably been more of a supporter, because then it would have worked. And then you wouldn't have had inflation. And then Europe wouldn't have been at risk of relying upon oil, because it would have been half off. And then China could have probably benefited a lot better too. So there's a lot that ties. I love this concept. I just haven't seen it in a long time. But yeah, that's the way you do it. That's how you add pressure to you could do it with any commodity. So just remix it. Any major country, if their primary export if it's above 50, 60% and you limit it, you could hurt them. No, to give Biden credit, his plan was kind of unique, and it worked in a safer way. Like I'm telling you, race to the bottom is kind of suicidal. But Biden had the ability. I'm telling you, I love this about Biden. Biden and the auto pen had the ability to get the whole entire world to conform. Do you not realize how powerful that is? What do you mean Biden got Japan and everybody to agree to some oil plan? Now, granted, the enforcement was weak, and obviously we knew about the China-India loophole from day one. Literally, from day one, everybody knew it. But that's why it's like he got credit because, and I'll give him credit myself, because he found a way to at least pressure a little bit without playing the race to the bottom, but he did it through cooperation. I'm telling you, Biden's state strength is unparalleled. Or whoever it was, the auto pen, the propaganda machine, I call it whatever you want. I saw it with the Fed, I saw it with central banks, I saw it with oil. He had the ability to bring people. They all fell in line, even people on the internet. You know what I'm saying? That was real state strength. That's why when Trump comes into office, you got people fighting him. They want to go, and now everybody pulls apart. You don't have that same cohesion. So that's the credit I could give Biden with that plan towards Russia, but it just didn't work as well, right? That's why you still have a war. That's why you could argue Putin is more emboldened, because he went through this war, got what he wanted, and he's selling oil at more money than ever, and for the last 5 years. So that doesn't hurt them the same way. I don't think Trump's forcing it. He's just, like I'm saying, he's playing hardball. That's it. It's a very... We did this with China with currency. It's a race to the bottom. You guys have heard this before. This shouldn't sound unfamiliar if you've been in the market for a little. But you're racing to the bottom. Again, if prices stay elevated, you say don't buy this, don't buy that, and prices are up, like there could be an effect, but it's just not as big. But now you're saying, let's bring the price down. Let's do whatever it takes to actually punish them and stop the flow. The real result will be a lower price in oil. And then what's going to happen? Not even the result, but if the goal would be take the price down, everybody gets hurt. Do you get that? American companies, European, Canadian, everybody. They will eventually benefit off of the cheaper oil, but somebody has to take the loss initially. But then, what's going to happen? Do you think Putin's going to cave right away? He's going to act like nothing's happening. Oil goes 70 to 60. Then he's going to be like, nah. And then they're going to ramp it up, 60 to 50, to 50 to 40. And then, if it goes lower enough, someone's going to get choked out, whether it's us or them. And then we'll see what happens. That's why it's scary, though. It's a race to the bottom. That's if they're willing to do it. Most people aren't willing to do it because it has a high cost, potentially. Alrighty. On that note, that's enough macro for the day. Go to the watch list, you guys. You guys know. You buy a membership, you get the watch list. I didn't know that you didn't know that. But bro, just go. Come on. But yeah, we're going to go philo now. So if you don't want to hear Jesus talk, you don't want to hear life, you're so concerned with global economics, you go watch the watch list. That's what will help you. And then you could come back. But other than that, I want to go talk about life. God is good. I've had a good time. I hope you do too. So God bless you. And thank you for your time. If you want to be there, I hope to see you there. But don't go if you don't want to be there. That's a good life lesson. The best one, actually. So thank you. And, oh, wait, let me make sure it takes you there. Please hold. Okay, yeah, all right, now bye.